Starfire, High Def second to last, and Elusive has about 16 lengths to make up as they head on for the far turn run. There goes Getting Down on It. Getting Down on It takes the lead from Big
Down
Star.
on It.
Length and a half. Emirates Road is in third, and Master of His Craft in fourth. Awesome Strike is next, and Fleet's Bay. They're followed outside by Wicked Secret, and Minx's Lucky Starfire. High Def second to last at this point, and Elusive trails the field. Midway on the final turn, Getting Down on It, trying to hold that lead. Emirates Road out there on the outside to challenge. Emirates Road swings in to a narrow lead from Getting Down on It, who's got to dig down. Big Star's back in third, shifting off the inside. Out center of the track is Wicked Secret. A furlong left to run. Here's Emirates Road pulling clear by 3.
I was wrong about that, favorite.
Big Star battling well with Getting Down on It for the place spot. Here's Emirates Road. Favorite gets it done under Jorge Ruiz over Big Star.
Excuse me. Hello and welcome to a special Memorial Day edition of the Stretch Run. We remember the real heroes who gave everything so that we can enjoy the freedoms we have today. We thank you for your service. Today we have live racing from Santa Anita, Golden Gate, Horseshoe, Indiana, Monmouth Park, and Pimlico. I'm joined today by the Oldie capper, Mike Oldham. Oldie, how are you doing?
I am doing great. Can't complain. It's
better if that 2 didn't win there, but
right. Yes, absolutely. I was not a fan. I did use in the pick 6 because it was a mandatory, but like I said, not a fan. But was wrong. Also hate the 7 in the upcoming race in Horseshoe that's about to go off.
Okay, let's get on over there.
I thought the 1 who's a second-time starter is an interesting option over the many times raced and lost 7.
Okay. Let's take a quick look at that. If you want to bring that up on your screen, looks like we're waiting on Horseshoe Indiana, which we welcome to the program. First time we've been able to show their live racing, so we'd like to thank them. Hello, Tony, Doug, Coach Z, Kent, Alan, Wiz, Jeff. Thanks for showing up. So, Memorial Day is going well.
Race Sim loves the 7. I'll tell you that. But you look here at the 7, and didn't get the lead. I'm not sure it can rate. Against this level, even though it looks like it was in a more difficult group according to SOR. The 1, who's your second choice, is currently sitting at 7-1, is dropping from maiden special weight, is a better GSR. Randy and his Klopp are 16% first race back. He's got a 3-star work and 13% second time starter.
Tony,
the rest of these seem like courses that didn't have much here. What I did here, if we have time before they go off, was I threw out the 7 just to see where this would go, and you see it like the 1, 6, 9, 3, and 8 are all within about a length.
Tony likes the 2.
9's got the same trainer. Tony likes the 2, who was 9-2 on the morning line, but I will say was in against 5K claimers and didn't run a lick. And the works don't look great coming back for Steven and his. I'm not even going to say this one.
Good idea. Can you adjust your?
Oh yeah, I have not optimized it for the stream yet.
Optimize
of the yard. Let's go 150. There we go. Whatever it takes. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I think anything, if you throw the 7 out, it's a pretty wide open race. The 6 is dropping from maiden special weight. The 9 is second time this level. The 3 dropping from maiden special weight for Sean. It's probably not Sean Innes Mullins. Scott Innes Mullins. Sean Mullins, of course, is the singer.
Starters crew working here with Jello Bean.
Wiz says the 5 is interesting.
Unbridled Miss. Other than the drop and the GSR.
Josh Morales for Scotty
But
Mullen.
yeah, I could see it. It could definitely second off the layoff.
So Jello Bean.
For the 3rd, George and his Leonard.
How did you do at Delaware on Saturday, Wiz?
Ken Anderson has a win on the card. Evan Roman, Jolly Justice in the maroon.
Blinkers on the 5, I believe.
Carolyn's
you got Evan and his Roman.
Fernando de la Cruz, James Naughty Kitten drew 7.
Good.
1 to 2 favorite,
Good.
James
Awesome.
Naughty Kitten.
Nice day.
Rodney Prescott with She's No Kink coming up.
You should have asked to talk to track management and said, hey, why don't you guys let your stream on the EquinEdge
Eddie
show?
Press with Garden Secrets. Sean Parker with Unbridled Miss. 3 to 5 favorite, James Naughty Kitten, 2 more. Rosas for Lose, Yellow Red Hoops. Summer Pauly claims a 10-pound apprentice allowance, and 1 more. Samo. Gavin Ashton won the maiden mile opener. 3 to 5, James Naughty Kitten. 11 to 1, Samo.
Didn't want to go in.
Last track here on Memorial Day.
Jock off. Yes, Bill, it is barbecue day for sure. I will be doing that as soon as we sign off.
Now joins. All in. And they're off. Jay's Naughty Kitten broke sharp. Jay's Naughty Kitten to the front straight away for Fernando de la Cruz. An early challenge from Rosas for Lose. Samo in the green cap, and Jolly Justice is running a close 4th. Queen's Desire into 5th as they dash to the first long into half. Then toward the inside comes Jello Bean, who's joined out wide.
51 to 1.
Unbridled Miss, who's making a bid with She's No Kate in the yellow silks. And then on the far outside is Garden Secrets, and toward the rail, dropping back toward last, is Carolyn's Angel. The opening quarter in 23.03 seconds from here. 3 furlongs left. It's Jay's Naughty Kitten, who leads them at 3 to 5 from a close-up. Rosas for Lose as they near the.
Were you disappointed to learn that Justice Farms isn't owned by former Brave David Justice?
Jolly Justice in 4th. Umbrella misses a wide 5th, has a red cap. Queen's Desire with She's No Kate. Garden
does not look like the one's going to win this race.
Jello Bean is last as these maidens turn for home. Into the stretch, half mile, 47.28 seconds. It's Jay's Naughty Kitten.
Well, that's 2 favorites I've been around about.
Looking to finish them off for Fernando. And leads by 8 past the 8th pole. From Samo. She's No Kate.
Off to a great start.
Justice, Unbridled Miss. Rosas for Lose, Carolyn's Angel, and the rest. It's Jay's Naughty Kitten has slipped away. Jay's Naughty Kitten, a bridesmaid no more. She won by 10. Samo holds Jolly Justice for a second. She's No Kate, Unbridled Miss.
All right.
Okay, well, let's. I think next we have Churchill in 5 minutes. If you want to take a look at that.
Churchill Downs. 5 minutes. I thought this race was wide open. The ticket generator thought this race was wide open. Not ticket generator. The race sim thought so too up until the stretch. You look at this race though, and the 13 it thinks will close in here for Calhoun. Brad and his Calhoun there. But I will say Classic Causeways here probably will find a way to lose this. The 12, the long shot, needs the lead as well. The 6, Uncle Jake, probably needs the lead too, but has been in excellent form.
Mm-hmm.
The 11, was in a grade 3, is keeping the SOR up, but dropping in distance, and gets Saez. The 1 was grade 1 placed for Doug O'Neill and gets Jose. This would be a horse that I would have some interest in And then this 3 horse for Calhoun, the other Calhoun, if you will, been mostly running on turf. You see the big GSR jump back to dirt.
Yep.
You're getting 6-1. I'd probably want a little bit higher of a price, but square enough of a price there that this is an interesting horse to me at 2%. But with the surface switch and the pace running up front, may get position on his stablemate and be able to run home.
Yeah, the 13 is the favorite in the pick 5. Will pays at 152. And then you get over to the 5 at 243, the 6 at 258, and the 1 at 348. So looks like 13, 1, 5, 6.
Yeah, it looks pretty chunky. Unless the 3 wins here. On the pick 4, that's 361. Hold on. What was not much of a difference between the pick 4 and pick 5.
No, and the 5 is also a bronze horse to watch.
5 is, we all know the 5. I mean, at this point, this horse has been around a long time. They've tried dirt, they've tried turf, won the Tampa Derby, and then they tried to run back 2 weeks later in the Florida Derby, and the horse was never really the same after that.
Correct.
Did have that one win at almost 27-1 later that year, first time turf, but that's pretty much been about it. It is about it. They tried this horse at Ascot. It didn't get the lead. I mean, they've tried virtually everything with this horse. And I have a note back from the Derby about it hitting the gate.
All right, they're approaching the gate at Churchill. After that, Oldie, looks like we will get over to Monmouth.
All right, the Mon of the Myth.
Race 5 over there.
Well, that's Mountaineer, not Monmouth.
We won't be around for Mountaineer.
Oh, you want to go to Mountaineer.
No, not today.
Not today. Well, with the luck I'm having getting non-favorites home, I probably should just go with the 6 here at Monmouth. But I thought the 4 had a shot here, and I also thought the 7, not the 1, which it's using here. There's a lot of things lining up to this 4.
Waiting for Classic Causeway, 5-Star General, and Capuna.
Travis Stone.
They're in the gate.
Travis and his Stone.
And they're off. 5-Star General racing to the lead. Capuna with a good start as well, and so too Uncle Jake in behind. It a bit tight there toward the inside. 5-Star General, the leader into the opening turn and opens up to lead by length and a half. Capuna comes on to be second. Uncle Jake settles in toward the rail while third. Archie the Geese is out in fourth. Classic Causeway fifth by 4. Ah, geez. And Gentle Soul are the 2 at the back.
I heard Dental Soul.
Stretch run.
That seems like a different kind of soul.
It's away with an opening quarter in 24 seconds flat. It is coasting along up top. Long hold, though. Now it's 2. 5-Star General with 5 furlongs to go. Capuna's a tracking second. Uncle Jake has come off the rail from third. Classic Causeway takes that rail spot down inside. It is sneaking up just a bit. Arch the Geese is racing in fifth. 5 lengths off the lead. Gentle Soul and Geez at the back. Up top, 5-Star Generals rolling along onto the far turn. It's a 2.5 length advantage. Kapuna's given more range second. Coming under a ride is Uncle Jake in third. Archie the Giza is launching a 3 or 4 wide rally fourth. Classic Causeways down inside fifth. As they come for the top of the stretch, 5-Star General heads for home, tethered to the rail, leading by 2.5, heading to the final furlong. It is 5-Star General in front. Kapuna's trying hard second. The rest with work to do. 5-Star General, another 16th to get there. Kapuna continues to grind away, but 5-Star General's holding on to the lead. And 5-Star General goes wire to wire to defeat Kapuna, Uncle Jake, and
so that actually paid pretty decently considering for the pick for your pick 5 there.
Boom for Alan. Greg, thanks for joining.
All right, I'm gonna have to make a decision on a single here.
Greg's got a call.
And Monmouth in a pick.
Hopes your Hawaii trip was nice. Was it nice?
I can barely hear you, but yes.
You can barely hear me?
I can barely hear you.
Well, turn me up. Can everybody else hear me okay? Or is it just Oldie? Probably just Oldie.
I don't know. Nobody's responding. That makes me think maybe it's not just me.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, tell us a little bit more about Monmouth here and your decision.
All right. Well, I will tell you in 1 second as soon as I add back the horse it took off here. We'll go to $30, I think, here. Of course. There we go. No, didn't go.
$34 is the budget. There you go.
$30. So I am signaling the launch Scotty Longshot, top SOR, top pace, tie top GSR, E morning line angle, second time starter, 18% off the layoff with 3-star works, the 4. And then it's 1, 2.
Good job, Alan. Well done.
1, 5, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
All but the 8 and 5.
Yes.
Okie doke. I like your single. That's a good way to start, that's for sure.
Well, I just,
What's the race sim say there for leg 1?
Leg 1, the race sim loves the 6. But I just don't see that this horse can rate. Here, it's not dropping. It's actually moving up. It hasn't shown me it can do anything without the lead.
Let's see the simulator.
Okay, hold on. Play the whole thing right at the gate.
It is sealed.
Got a better GSR, a better SOR. It's a second time starter and better pace.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't take that horse, the 7 would be my second pick. But I'm not sure any of these horses can rate.
Well, then who's going to get the lead and go on with it?
Well, that's the 4.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, none of these horses are all that fast. The 4 is the fastest of the bunch at 55 off of that first time start. I mean, the 6, we kind of know who this horse is. The 9 got the lead on the turf.
And we are not.
7 got the lead last time out.
Definitely not on the turf.
At Keeneland is first off the claim, but is taking a pretty steep step up in class from 30K. You know, the one was with Nick Zito and couldn't win. Now is with Abreu. Does pick up Paco, so
there's a lot of horses with Nick Zito that don't win.
Yes.
He got his first winner the other day.
I saw.
Uh-huh.
Nick and his Zito.
Nick and his Zito.
I mean, this looks like a turf horse, the one, to me. And a turf sprinter, to be exact. You see it at 5 furlongs at Churchill and almost won there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're going in the gate.
Waiting for editor's choice.
And back to Baltimore after this, Oldie.
All right. Gonna take me back to Baltimore.
I believe you are alive in your pick 6 there.
Yes, and we also there's a really interesting 5 furlong race there.
A dash. A 5 furlong.
One David would not like.
The Jackie.
Is it a field of Clement runners?
ZOG
It's not, but it's a turf sprint.
will be next.
And there's about 6 horses who all need the lead.
Oh, even better.
And then the ones who are running late aren't particularly good.
Looks like they're still straightening out editor's choice, who has not been cooperative in the gate. Still working with him just to straighten him up a little bit. He's in the gate, but sometimes
Put a back brace on.
out.
Yeah. That horse is not happy before.
No, it's a 3 that they're waiting on, that
Here's the
they're
gate.
having trouble with in the
On
gate.
track or on
The
track
floor
here.
was just
You
like
see
pawing
two
the
runners in the
ground.
gate now. Big
That's
ZOG
never
is
a
coming up post 4.
Think he doesn't like the wet ground?
And like something.
And a go, go, go. Currently even money on the board as he takes his spot in line. The 5-year-old by Cantharos. 2 back, True Faith.
Devin not happy either.
No.
True Faith goes in.
One more to go
Next
in.
one will be Dither. We're ready to go.
Dithery do.
They're ready to go.
And they're off. Dither wins the start and takes advantage of that, having to steady editor's choice when in tight right after the break. Dither's in charge. Big ZOG moves up to claim the 2nd spot. Better go, go, go in the 3rd position. True Faith, already encouraged to pick up the pace, has been passed by Be There on the rail. And editor's choice after taking up at the start is sluggish after that. Well behind as they approach the far turn.
All right, which one of you guys bet the 4 down?
By a length and a tail. Big ZOG backs off into the turn.
Scotty
Second
watching?
gap of 2 lengths to Better Go, Go, Go. Shaken up from 3rd. Be There joins that rival. Better Go, Go, Go has been left behind in 4th. Absolutely needs to turn it around to win it. True Faith in the 5th spot. Editor's choice, not his day today. At the top of the stretch, Dither off the turn, still in command. The margin's a length and a half on the front end. Big ZOG in the 2nd spot. Be There 3rd. Better Go, Go, Go. Extreme outside. Dither still in front at 13-1.
What is going on?
2.5 lengths now, 3
Speed.
from the competition. And Dither
Wow.
is going to
Ugh.
bring the upset. Dither 4 ahead at the finish. Good battle for 2nd. Big ZOG.
Knew that
got
6
it.
was bad.
Better Go, Go, Go. Be There was 4th.
Didn't think they would let the 9 get away like that.
No. They well, the 4 didn't break all that well, Oldie, so he kind of had to rush up, and he would have had to go a bit faster, and probably would have got caught by somebody.
Yeah, but you had 0 chance not going a bit faster.
Disaster. Finally get a price and played the 8-5 terrible price. Yeah, we've all been there with that.
8-5 at the time it went into the gate. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Nor was the 9 13-1.
No. All right, let's get over to Baltimore.
All right, late pick 4 time there.
2 minutes to post.
$48. I'm single to the Ness. Of course, the one I really like is the 1, not the 1A. System and Race Sim like the 6 horse for David and his Jacobson.
It'd be better if you went to Pimlico race 6.
I am on Pimlico race 6. I am giving out the single for the pick 4.
Frick you.
And we'll talk about this race in a minute, but I thought it was important to talk about the single first.
Sure.
The 4 whose top pace here is former Ness and wasn't running all that well for Ness lately, and now goes to Allen, the third Allen here, and he's over 29 on the claim.
Okay.
I think the 1 sits a perfect trip right behind that horse and pounces. And I want to talk about for a second, if I have the time, race 7 as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 7, 11. All right. So let's talk about...
Likes the 12, skip through to fire, win, and on top of the try.
Fire. Hated that horse.
Horse, huh? Show us the simulator.
Wide post. Scotty second pick, no matches. Let me open my file here and tell you what that plays as too. All right, but the 2 and the 7 look like they're the top choices here in the with the system. So we asked about Scotty second pick, no matches. Scotty second pick, no matches, only wins it 15% of the time.
All right, that's not good.
Well, it's 13% on the win line percentage here, so it's about right. You're getting 23% and 12 to 1 right now in the 6. And you're getting 7 to 1. I like the 10 a little bit here.
Really not.
On the drop, decent GSR, some decent works.
Twisty River.
And race 7, you have
TMA.
the ones that I think could be running later, 1 and 7, just so you guys know. All right, well, I'm out of time.
Out of time. They're in the gate. We'll see if you are right or wrong with this 12.
City
And what were your digits here?
2, 6, 7, 10.
2, 6,
Carlos
7.
Rosado, Johan Rosado.
Yep, 2, 6, 7, 10.
Confluence.
Good afternoon, percent better. Welcome to the program.
Now we're Lucky Lotto.
Welcome to the stretch run. Percent better. I
Time.
Is that
like
your
the name.
same digits, Oldie, in the pick 6?
Yes.
Skip through to fire.
Fire. Fire's cool.
Fire.
And they're off.
They're off. Twisty River is slow to go.
Another 4.
Confluence
4
Lassie and
are not
paperback
breaking
edition,
today.
just the thing right there at the rear with
All of
early
them.
speed. Then it's City Kiss and Sippin' Time now moving forward about the 3 path, only 2.5 lengths off the pace. Skip through to fire, settles at the far outside about the 3 path, then back to Shirley Knott inside of that runner. 5 more lengths
Shirley.
back, and it's Tia Mayan and Twisty River.
Or not.
And her Lucky Lotto is the trailer into the far turn run. It is paperback edition. Paperback edition leads the way. It's a 2-length lead round that turn.
The paperback rider.
Lassy's working hard in between horses as they round the turn and sipping time, racing on the outside. Just the thing down there at the rail, lurking just 2 from the front as well in the second flight with a quarter to go in Pimlico. Paperback edition leads the way. Just the thing swings outside in the clear. Just the thing on the outside, coloring paperback edition at upper stretch. Then it's sipping time racing third. And inside there is Shirley not trying to pick up a share for a long left to go. Just the thing.
Surely you can't be serious that he's trying to pick up a share.
Paperback edition. Shirley not has moved into third. Far outside, skip through the fire. Coming on very late on the scene. Just the thing. Just the thing, Brasino. Just the thing, Brasino double. Paperback edition is second. Shirley not and skip through the fire.
Fourth for the fire.
Should have tried running instead of skipping through the fire.
Yeah, probably.
Or, trying to put the fire out sometimes works too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, because I will point out that we didn't start the fire.
No. And there was a funny tweet earlier in the week. Oldie, I'm going to turn it over to you as I look at where they're at for Indy. There was a car fire in the parking lot at Dodger Stadium, and the in-house organist was playing "We Didn't Start the Fire." It was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny, actually.
Because he can see it from where he's up at the top there. It was out in the outfield.
All right, so the race sim says 6, 7, 10 here.
Okay.
Might be worth a try there. I will tell you the 5 is a little interesting. So maybe 6, 7, 10, 5. For a try there.
Getting 7-1 on the 6, that's kind of nice.
Six, 7, 10, 5. And you're getting a nice GSR jump on this 5.
Mm-hmm.
You're also getting Evan and his Roma on there.
That is a really good GSR jump there. Good call out there on that one.
And the 10 or what is Hester's last name? For Haley and her Hester. No relation to Devin that I'm aware of.
They just put the picks for the Indiana track folks up, and your 5 is now down to 5-1 because that's Brian's top pick.
Well, Brian, I hope you're right. Let's look at the race sim maybe one more time. You have a 0% trainer on the 4, which is why I kind of tossed the 4. When you see a slash line up here, those are where I felt there were A's and B's. But, if you look here, the 10 should be on the lead going for home in the race sim. And then the 6, 7, and it thinks the 4 is going to be closing pretty hard. I think the 5 will outclose the 4 here.
One thing, Oldie, we didn't mention that Churchill race, that 12 5-star general that won was the long shot.
Good point. Yes.
Paid $22.84. It was the long shot over the Scotty top pick and Classic Causeway, which was the second Scotty pick, ran 4th. So that's a $56 for $2 on the exacta. So getting double digits on that one as well.
Yeah, and I think we all know who Classic Causeway is right now. Yeah. And until the horse wins a race, I would not use it on top of a ticket.
That's fair enough. They're heading to the Horseshoe Indiana turf course, which is currently rated good. So it should be just like Keeneland.
I was shocked that they were on the turf today, because if you saw the Indy 500 and how much rain they got yesterday.
Oh, yeah. That was a good race, too. The ending was pretty good.
I got to tell you, I do not enjoy the 14-year-old car that everybody pretty much has set up the same way, and the constant back and forth passing between one or two cars at the front of the race.
Well, it's a long time. 3 hours is a long time to wait for an Exacta box.
3 hours is a long time.
They are loading. Hope you all are having a great Memorial Day weekend. Everybody looking forward to going back to work tomorrow. Boo. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, helps the channel out. We do appreciate that, and we thank you all for tuning in. Anything you guys want to see specifically today, throw it in the chat. We can get out there. We're going to have some time in between races. We pick up Santa Anita at
back of the gate now, getting set to load
4 p.m. Eastern Time, 53 minutes away.
And we will make sure to talk early pick 5 and everything like that ahead of time at Santa Anita to give you time to also make your choices.
Figure out what you're going to do.
Sounds like you're breaking into Hulk Hogan there. What you going to do, brother?
What you going to do, brother? All right, we will definitely have some time, Aldi. We'll have 10 minutes to Churchill at the conclusion of this race. They have a pick 4 coming up.
With the starting gate in position. Ready for the first maiden up. Sean Parker with Elm Street, the son of midshipman. Santos Sandro with 5-star run. Joins Elm Street, waiting for the maiden. Josh Morales with Shiesty to chase. Sylvan Pass, son of Lee, Alex.
Yeah, Santa Anita. It is a very nice place. We need to do a little upkeep on the plant. We can use some fresh coat of paint and whatnot, but that backdrop is
Santoro's in. Sammy Bermudez with Mr. Bobby Boucher.
Oh, and we got the Hollywood Gold Cup.
Alice Beckman led it by Clyde. Yep. Evan Roman, Valley Cotton Bay coming up in the maroon. The mile and a 16th, so stand by. Here's Valley Cotton Bay.
Belmont. They just took races 6 and 7 off the turf. Thanks,
Elm Street now a 3-1 favorite.
Good inside down.
Had a downpour.
One more. Heavy hitter. Fernando de la Cruz. Riding for a double. After James Naughty.
And Odin's de la Cruz.
Here's heavy hitter.
Horse to watch on that one.
They're in the game. And they're off. Even start. Valley Cotton Bay with 5-star run Centauro from those inside gates. Elm Street in the red cap and Shiesty to chase another one forward as they make their way toward the first turn. It's Shiesty to chase vying with Valley Cotton Bay, 5-star run, and toward the inside is Elm Street. And this the leading quartet as they turn from Centauro running in 5th. In between horses, we got Jack's back in 6th. Sylvan passes a ground-saving 7th, and they have 6 furlongs to run. Then it's an early break to Let It Ride Clyde with toward the inside Mr. Bobby Boucher, and out deep on the course, heavy hitter.
Bobby Boucher.
The first quarter covered at 23.5.
5's in a good spot.
It's Shiesty
6 to 1, nice price.
Josh Morales at 11 to 1. Shiesty to chase leads the pack to a half mile from home from a close up. In second, Valley Cotton Bay. 5-star run on Elm Street, still a joint third. Centauro's running in 5th. Let It Ride Clyde advancing from 6th on the front side for Alice Beckman and making headway but wide. And then comes Sylvan Pass. Heavy hitter is going past horses. Heavy hitter starts to rally for Fernando de la Cruz. Sylvan Pass and the blue cap with the rail. And then comes We Got Jack's back and Mr. Bobby Boucher is the back marker. It's still Shiesty to chase. Has controlled the tempo. Half mile, 48.83 hassle-free seconds. Shiesty to chase. Coming toward the quarter pole with a 4-length lead on Elm Street. Is looking to
getting sucked to the back.
Heavy Hitter will straighten away in third. It's still Shiesty to chase
He's
the
waiting
rail
to
in.
make a move.
Santoro's running.
I do not think the 5 would be that
Right
close to the
We got
pace.
checks back 5-star
Got him
run.
right where he
And
wants
Melly
him.
Cousin Bay has dropped back through the field after 3 quarters in 1 minute
And
14.35 seconds. Shiesty to
Can you
chase
hear?
by Heavy Hitter, who continues to charge on the outside. Elm Street is third, then Santoro and Let It Ride Clyde. They're close to home. It's Heavy Hitter. Heavy Hitter and Shiesty to chase responds. Shiesty
Wow.
to chase would not be
Wow.
denied.
Wow.
Chase just repelled.
I think Inquiry might be. I'm putting on the hat backwards here for Stewart.
Inquiry for what?
Oh, there was definitely a bump. The 2 came out at the top of the stretch.
2 comes out at the top of the stretch.
Here we go. We're
Top of the
from
stretch.
home. Here
There's
comes the
nobody
2
near
moving out.
the 2 at the top of the stretch. No, who is he? Who did he bump?
Here he comes. Can't see for sure without the head on whether he actually bumped. Or whether there was other bumping going on there.
Well, the horse was in the lead the entire way up until the 10 got there.
Standing by for
Nobody
the
was
result of
close.
the win photograph.
There's a pretty good gap between them here.
Shiesty to chase in the green cap. Should have went on 10. Heavy Hitter.
I don't know. I think
Shiesty to chase with Josh Morales.
Stewart his
Think Stewart's wrong on this one?
I think Stewart's had a few
Heavy
trims.
Hitter.
Yeah. Percent better is he's with me. Clean win.
At 2-1.
See the head on.
9 Let It Ride Clyde. 7 Santoro will be
Got
for the pent
6
effect.
minutes to Monmouth
Standing by
before.
for the judges' confirmation after race 7. Hold all tickets.
Hold all tickets, John Dooley says.
John and his Dooley.
That was impressive, the 2 coming back like that.
Yeah.
That never happens to me.
No, it always happens exactly the way you just saw it to me.
Rodney, Hot Rod. Naira is a joke. Take the races off the turf very last minute. Yeah, they've done. That's not the 30th time they've done that.
You know, you've heard the old joke. A priest, a rabbi, and a Naira steward walk into a bar.
So stand by for the official. 2:10.19 and the 7 ran 5th after the maiden turf 2.
They've got it posted. It doesn't look like they're doing anything here. They would have posted the sign already.
1 Elm Street at 2-1 third. 9 Let It Ride Clyde. 23-1 fourth and
Fine.
All right, Oldie, take us, run us through this Monmouth race here while I get it ready to roll.
There's not much here. I mean, it really appears to be the 1 and the 2. And this field is so barren of options. You know, the 7's getting bet hard. I don't get it at all. I would be, if this doesn't get bet down, you're getting 4-1 on the 1, who's your E top pick. I would take and run with that.
Sure.
But, you know, Shady Money is a solid favorite here for Jamie and his Ness.
Okay. What about Churchill Downs race 6? They got a pick 4 starting here in race 6.
Race 6. CDI. All right, we'll do this. We'll do it live as what's his name? Bill O'Reilly used to say. If anybody ever heard that cut. All right, so it looks like 815 here. Your best price is on the 1 right now, who's the long shot. Let's just look at the race sim here. A lot of similar paced horses. Let's see if this 9 can rate. Maybe a little. Tad is dropping. Looking for 5 Eagle River.
Yeah, Hot Rod likes Eagle River. Win bet on the 5, he says.
All right, well, I'm going with the 9, I think, as a single.
All right. Well, maybe a 9-5 exacta box there.
I mean, the 5 has a pace that it should be able to rate, but it hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 8. 9 has done it a couple times and is dropping in class. 5 to 1 on the morning line. Just depends on where the money goes here. All right, so now let's reorganize this bad boy. Did I close that one off? Okay. All right, so let's run the race sim here. Stretch. 311. And the 1 and 6 seem to be closing.
Jason's saying that Aqueduct ran race 1 at a different distance than what was published.
Sounds like Aqueduct.
That
I'm going to add the long shot top pace here. I'm going to throw out the 10. Then we got a maiden special weight, so we got to look at the, we can watch the race sim, but we also want to look at the works here.
Yep.
All right, so it has the heavy favorite, the 1 here winning. Let's see what happens to the stretch. Also the 1. Okay. So world record for Brissett, bunch of 3-star works, some notes here. Both went well. Out of 101 flat. So let's see what else we have here. In terms of win percentage, the 11's your next choice. 3-star work, no notes, good GSR.
They're ahead.
Riley
You got about 90 seconds.
All right, well, Riley and his Mott. That this horse looks interesting. Let's just see if there's anything else here. Four-star work on the 9 for Stephen is Asmussen.
Okay.
And a 4-star work on the 2 for Rick and his Dutro. So I'm just going to add those 2 because I don't have time to
They're loading.
do anything else. And then I'm going to ticket generate this at 37.50.
There you go. 158.
Waiting for Havildar, Stowaway, and Shopper's Revenge.
Okay, well, that's a lot to be waiting for. Shopper's Revenge is what my wife needs. Or maybe I need that. I don't know.
They're in the gate.
One of the two.
And
Probably.
they're off.
Yeah, I didn't get that in.
Havildar was squeezed a bit coming out of there. Brigade Commander from that inside post is racing out for the lead. Stowaway comes on, so too Glen Airy. And on the far outside, Shopper's Revenge.
Glen Airy, Glen Ross.
Join Brigade Commander. So those two are the quickest ones as they move up the chute, and Shopper's Revenge has come on to take a clear lead. So Shopper's Revenge crosses and clears, opens up a length and a quarter. Brigade Commander toward the inside racing in second. Havildar on the outside third. Stowaways coasting along while fourth to back to Calrissian and Glen Airy. They're only about 4 lengths off the lead, though. Pretty tight pack. We have an opening quarter in 22.
Calrissian, they have a trainer named Lando.
Revenge the leader at the halfway point. Havildar comes on to grab second. Brigade Commander's back into third toward the rail and about to be fourth as Stowaway advances in between.
Two grades.
So round the far turn, Shopper's Revenge still the leader. And a full-out drive is Havildar in second, just a half length behind as around the far turn. Stowaway is getting closer from third. Brigade Commander's there, and so too Calrissian. Glen Airy is only 3 lengths off the lead as they roll off the turn. Top of the stretch, Shopper's Revenge, surrounded by challengers. Stowaway coming down the center. Brigade Commander coming up the rail. Glen Airy switches out. 5 long to go. Shopper's Revenge confronted by Stowaway. And Stowaway's up for the lead right at the 16th. Shopper's Revenge tries to fight back, is doing so, but Stowaway got it.
Good thing I didn't get that one.
Stowaway, the narrow winner in the end. Shopper's Revenge will settle for second. Tight for third, Brigade Commander or Glen Airy.
Prices, oldie. They're all over the place right now. Okay, Monmouth, they're 0 minutes to post here. They're getting over to the track. We'll put that one up, oldie, and figure out where we will go next.
Well, you're getting 6-1 on the 2-1 exacta and 10-1 on the 1-2 exacta.
Okay, that's not bad.
If that floats your boat.
Looks like we'll be back to Baltimore for your 5 furlong sprint that you talked about before.
Yeah, I didn't really get to talk about how crazy that race is.
Yeah, you'll have a little bit of time once we get past this Monmouth one here.
It's the same goes for that race. As Jack Nicholson once said in Batman, if you want to get nuts. Oh, no, actually, that was Michael Keaton. If you want to get nuts, let's get nuts. That's that race for sure.
All right, that should be a fun one. And am I reading correctly that Aqueduct Guys is in a weather delay? Is that correct? Maybe they'll just cancel it and give you guys alls.
Well, I got to tell you, it's like I was watching the NASCAR race last night. And, it's a 600-mile race. They knew that weather was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I know they were trying to get Kyle Larson to be able to do Indy and that race, but you got to move that race up. You can't end that race 60% completed.
And the runners have reached the starting gate. Post time for race.
And frankly, I've never understood why they run that race the same day as Indy. That should be on Saturday night when they have it all to themselves.
Yeah, or Monday.
Co-conspirator.
Yeah, either one
to load in post 5.
Didn't they used to run the Indianapolis 500 on Mondays?
Go in post position.
I believe so, which is what NASCAR's argument is, was we were on Sunday first.
Shady money in the blue.
You can look that up. That's actually an argument they've made as to why they won't move it.
Oh, yeah, apparently yesterday was the last time it's going to be on Fox for the foreseeable future.
Canadian Pharaoh coming out of a.
I don't have any complaints about the Fox coverage. Frankly, it was better than the NBC Indy coverage.
And here's
I didn't like who was calling the race. They were annoying.
We're ready to go.
It's like the first time they're
They're off. The quintet all broke in a single file wide. Co-conspirator steps on the gas, goes to the front. Rum Jar on the outside in the second spot with Canadian.
Are you seeing these flashes of a different race in there? Or is it just me?
Flashes of what?
Off the lead.
You don't see it like there's a glitch in the Matrix?
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times today.
Jar, they're on the outside to apply the pressure now, and these two lead by 1.5 lengths. Canadian Pharaoh, Crazy Legs Hurst, they're side by side, and Shady Money.
Canada known for their Pharaohs.
Lead as the 5 runners swing up the backstretch.
Second greatest producer of Pharaohs outside of Egypt, of course.
Easy time of it. In fact, Rum Jar basically deadlocked here with Co-conspirator.
Oh, you don't think so?
Stride nose and nose down the backstretch. They're
You're probably right.
Clear of the last 3 who line up. Canadian Pharaoh between horses, sent along a little bit. Crazy Legs Hirsch and Shady Money, who's now out of last and claims the 3rd position. Shady Money's on the move as they go into the 4-turn run. Battle continues on the lead between Rum Jar on the outside with a neck lead. Co-conspirator, Natty Olver, all over her to get going here. Shady Money.
It doesn't seem like he's going to run.
Feels the stick. Canadian Pharaoh being asked to pick it up. Crazy Legs Hirsch has dropped out of it as they hit the top of the lane. Rum Jar and Joe Bravo kick to a 1.5 lengths lead. Co-conspirator has tried hard throughout, but couldn't keep up with Rum Jar, who's clearly ahead. Dives towards the inside. Co-conspirator second. Canadian Pharaoh, Shady Money side by side, a joint third. The final furlong looms. Rum Jar 2 lengths ahead. Co-conspirator right behind chasing. Shady Money third. 16th to go. Rum Jar's gonna get it. Rum Jar to win it. Second home Co-conspirator, who tried hard the whole way around, but has to settle for second. Shady Money was.
I remember this happening to me once there as well. This has been the rule for a while.
Yeah, it's just completely lame. The carryover money doesn't apply, so that goes away. The question is, do they refund you the extra takeout because it was a carryover? Because remember, on carryover days, the pick six takeout goes up. So if they're going to do that, then they should at least give you the lower takeout, the 15%. All right, Oldie. How many minutes do we got before that Pimlico race? 2 minutes.
Let's talk about the Wild and Willie 5 furlong race here.
Go ahead and talk about that, Oldie. I'm going to.
All right. Well, the race sim, you have a gold horse to watch here, 7% ROI on the 9. But to me, this 8 doesn't look like it can rate. Oh, maybe a little here. The 9, not really at all. The 10, 100% needs the lead. You can see it's beaten better than this group, but if it doesn't get the lead, it really is not a factor in races. The 6 also needs the lead. I think the 6 might be the fastest horse here. First off, the claim for Carrie Breon, 18%. So there's those 4. And then you have the 4 who's a little tactical. You're getting 6 to 1 here. Has rated before at 5.5. But could get caught up in this pace as well. The 2 is fast. And that leaves you with the 1 who does have a win a year ago, a little over a year ago, at 5 furlongs here at Pimlico, is second off the layoff. 33% second time back. So if they go really fast, the 1 is my top choice. My absolute bomber here is the 7. And if the 7 runs if you look at 11-9-23, you'll see in my notes here on the 7. 11-9-23 and 10-28-23. If it runs either of those races, this horse might have a pretty good shot here. Running in the pace at a huge price. Probably not classy enough, but again, there's so much speed here. If that speed materializes, somebody from the back might have a shot here. Looking at this further, your 12 is bottom GSR, 9 is top, 10 is top pace, but is further outside, and that's why I think the 6 is probably going to get the lead between the 2. I think the 9 and the 8 and the 2 will all be in competition for that. So within 18 points of each other, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horses. And I think that's why you're seeing the 1 getting bet as well. I'm just going to take a quick look while Chris is out because they're going in the gate.
Cheers for Kitten. Phantom Smoke. Our hoisted mast.
So either we'll have speed here probably, or somebody coming late.
5 furlongs turf, rail 10 feet.
Who'd you end up with here?
Well, I used a bunch. The only one I didn't use was the 10 here. I didn't use the 12 either, or the 2. But you have 6 horses within 12 pace points of each other.
Okay.
And they're off. Boss's a pal.
I'm wrong, and the 10's going to get the lead.
Smoke, and it shows sharp
The
speed
10's only chance to win was to get
Boss
the
is a
lead,
pal.
too.
Here's
So
Dr.
that's not a good
Jeff
sign.
up along with Lucci there on the outside. Lucci moves
He's
into
gonna get
third.
some company.
Boss a pal is back in fourth, and 10X Racing fifth. Prince
Six
Curry
didn't
on the
break.
outside, mixed in sixth. Our hoisted mast. Cheers for Kitten, and trailing the field is Moncrief with no speed today. Far turn run. Phantom Smoke leads by 2. And they're chasing Dr.
Oh,
Jeff.
and there goes the
Lost
7.
the rider there. 10X lost the
Yep.
rider.
Hopefully that
Goes
rider's
on the
okay.
ground. As they race to the top of the stretch, they turn for home. Phantom Smoke and Dr. Jeff there to the attack on the outside, and Boss is a pal is third with 1 furlong left to go. And here's Dr. Jeff to a narrow lead. Boss is a pal coming on the outside. Boss is a pal.
What?
Boss is a pal, and Forest Boys
I'll take it,
trying to
9 to
clear
1.
the center of the
Yeah.
track. Boss is a pal by 3. Boss is a pal widening at the finish.
E long shot.
Dr. Jeff, and then it was
That
Jeff
works.
Phantom
Did not
Smoke
think we
along.
were going to get 9 to 1 there. It was 6 to 1 when it went in the gate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're to the single on the both the pick 4 and the pick 6.
On the next race?
Yep,
All
that's all you
right.
can ask for
No,
when you're doing one of these mandatories is to make it to a single, especially when the single is further down the line. We got a
Well,
price.
you got your price. Let's get over to Horseshoe.
And again, thank you to Horseshoe. I was just 371 here. 1's your long shot. Got a nice morning line angle. Got some pace. You know, another way to look at this race is the 1, 10 are going to go pretty fast. So you might want to look at the 3. Let's see, maybe the 5 has a good GSR. And the 9. 9 is a Riley Mott horse. And it is Deshaun and his Parker. I think somebody mentioned this horse earlier, too.
Razzle Red.
You know, so that I would not count this horse out either. This is not the best group of maidens. If you don't like the 3, who's at a lower price, or you don't like the 7, who's, you know, a Bill Mott horse, and dropping in GSR, you could drop one of those. But 5, 7, 9, 3 looks pretty decent to me.
Fair enough. As they are out on the track here, 8-0 minutes to post, but they've probably got a good 3 or 4. And then
Easy.
we'll get
You
into
got that super high 5 here as well.
and then we can start looking at the Santa Anita early sequence after this.
Let's see if we can put together a better try since we have time. All right. Let's go with a budget of $6 for now. We're going to clear this. That's the Bill Mott. That's the Riley Mott. And that's the John Ortiz. All right, so let's do it this way. Let's go with Riley and his Mott, and Bill and his Mott on top. So we got an all Mott top to our ticket. I'm going to expand this to 8. It's using a lot of speed here. I would add the 5, and we should be right around $12 when we're all done, hopefully. 16. But if you get Riley and his Mott here, it'll be worth it. You also have a former Pletcher. I forgot about this horse, but I don't think it really wants turf. For Brandon Walsh, a second-time starter.
Talk to us about the 1, the long shot.
Long shot. I just think it's going to get caught up in this pace. I prefer the 1 to the 10. I probably wouldn't use the 10 at all here.
And you're
do something like
you're throwing the 6 out altogether, I see, and the 6 in 5 runs has a second and a third.
not in the race I'm looking at. 6 is a first-time starter.
At Horseshoe? Oh, race 9? I'm on the wrong race.
Yep.
Yeah,
She's a baddie.
Yeah.
Just think it's the wrong surface for this horse. It is a world of trouble. The works aren't terrible. But
Low GSR.
yeah.
But if the 1 doesn't get caught up, I mean, you do get an EE morning line angle there, 10-1 morning line, 5-2 EE morning line. Those are things we like to see. GSR is good. It's like what, 3rd, 4th, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, they're all within those top 4 within what, 3 or 4 points of each other.
But if I'm adding, I'm probably adding the 4 to the back side of the ticket.
Sure.
At 10-1, because I'm using the 1 in 2nd and 3rd place. The 6 is a first-time starter. The 4 is Brendan Walsh, even though it appears to be more of a dirt horse. And it's been working on synthetic.
Yeah, they're definitely not on the dirt today. They're on the good turf course out there.
I wonder if they've ever been tempted when they asked for the turf rating to just reply with Tony the Tiger and say, it's great.
The turf course is great. All right, where are they at? I think they're getting ready to get over onto the turf course.
They are.
Looks like they're going to do one more pass, turn around, and come back.
Story of my life. One more pass on the turf course. The story of my life.
All right, we've got Santa Anita starting here shortly in about 22 minutes. 10 minutes to Churchill.
Well, we're waiting for our friends at Horseshoe to get from the Horseshoe to the starting gate. Let me get my Santa Anita thoughts together for you. Or I'll wait for the race to start here.
Yep, they're moving on to the turf course. Should be loading here shortly.
You put it up on the screen.
There we go.
The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. Loading for this maiden 3-year-old filly's turf. Alex
One
Ashard
ticket
with up on the edge.
down to 9-2.
She's first in. David Cohen with 5-time started Redo. Joins up on the edge. Yamari Correa with Ribakina. There's a first-time starter, Shia Batty, Deshaun Parker for Whit Beckman.
Yeah, Bill, turf course Santa Anita does look great.
Chloe Hernandez with Speak Up. Green, white diamonds, and a green cap. So with the mile and a 16th. Rodney Prescott with Swans Cove in the royal blue. Now Molima. Alberto Burgos won the 5th race maiden turf for Brendan Walsh. Up on the edge was Fractious in the gate. Up on the edge.
While we're waiting here, folks, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We would appreciate it. Thank you.
And we'll keep the live racing coming.
Backing out up on the edge.
Looks like they're back in the 1 out.
There's still 2 horses out under veterinarian review up on the edge.
Jock is back up.
Okay to reload and run. Up on the edge with Alex Ashard. 4-1. Speak Up 2-1 favorite. It's 5-2. Swans Cove 4-1 up on the edge reloaded. Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. with Razzle Red in line, so stand by. One more. Always Wanting Fernando de la Cruz with a win on the card. This is the final leg of the Horseshoe Hat Trick All Turf Pick 3. Course good if you're just joining.
The Horseshoe Hat Trick All Turf Pick 3. That's a lot of words.
That's a mouthful.
And they're off. Always Wanting from that outside gate looking to cross over, and does. In a nice early move here for Fernando de la Cruz. Always Wanting right over toward that running rail to set the pace from the first time starter. Shia Batty Speak Up in the green cap. With Malima in between horses. On the outside is Razzle Red running in 5th. Up on the edge is 6th, Redo in 7th.
Oh, 1 got it. 10 got an easy lead.
And Reebok has dropped back to last.
One Fractious in the gate, Fractious in
went to the front,
actuality.
to the side, 6 furlongs to go. Always Wanting leads them to the back of the course, tracked by Shia Batty. Then toward the inside is Speak Up running a 3rd, a half length 2. The outside Razzle Red in 4th position. The opening quarter covered by the front runner, Always Wanting.
Not going too fast.
4.53 seconds. Always Wanting dictates the field at 11-1, tracked by Shia Batty, who's staying close there for Deshaun Parker. Always Wanting 3/4 length to Shia Batty. Speak Up is saving ground with in between horses. Razzle Red, and on the outside, Rebecca coming with a bold stroke. She's on the front outside. Rebecca part of that chasing pack. Always Wanting to run past the half mile. Then toward the inside, up on the edge, along with Wolima, and we trail back to Redo, who's running 9th and last. It's still Always Wanting. Clocked a half mile in 50.40 seconds, steady as she goes. Always Wanting, looking to make every yard here for Fernando de la Cruz, and is a 1/4 mile away from Shia Batty with, on the front side, Rebecca trying to sustain a bid. Speak Up toward the rail with Malima, and right there is Razzle Red in the yellow cap as these maiden 3-year-old fillies turn for home. Always Wanting after 3/4 in 1 minute 15.24 seconds. There's still a furlong in front of Always Wanting, who leads Shia Batty toward the inside. Speak Up with Malima.
None of my horses
on the front side is Redo, who is lost on the back of the course. Always Wanting with yards to go. Shia Batty, Malima continues to come, but here's Always Wanting. Always Wanting, wire to wire. Holds Malima by 3/4 of a length. Shia Batty, Redo, and Speak Up.
No, your horses did not want to run there. Only we have another Churchill race here in 4 minutes in race 7. You want to take a stab there, or you want to go straight to Santa Anita and take 15 minutes?
I was 100%, as you know, on the 9 here. You're getting 3-1 on. The 4, Ludwig, who looks like he needs the lead, is getting back to its morning line of 9-5. 2 Eagles River, who I believe somebody in the chat liked 2 Eagles River. 2 Eagles River is also at 3-1. You know, the 6 Macaron maybe could be a factor. . we're looking for a price, though. I mean, none of these horses can really rate. Maybe the one with the 9, or the one with a 159 exacta box, something like that.
Any love to the long shot, the 3?
Adios, Gary. I mean, again, if it doesn't get the lead, it's going to be about can it get home. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason to be against this horse here.
3 is 1-3 in a row.
10 to 1, you're getting a square price.
Is the 3 1-3 in a row? Hold it.
Yes, but coming off wet fast at Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Did win at Turfway, which, you know, is an accomplishment in itself.
And it rated there, a little bit off the pace.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a 139 exacta box here either.
Yeah, or you could key the 3 with the 1 and 9. That way, if you get it in first or second, you're sure going to get paid. The 4, the second pick. I'm guessing no matches.
You're correct. No matches on the second pick. The 4, Ludwig. He's actually tied for top pace with the 3.
Simulator say.
I didn't write the note down there. The simulator says the 9, 5, and 4.
And if you drop the 9, just for fun.
You drop the 9, it's the 4 and the 5. But I would rather, if I'm going to play that way, I would drop the 4 out of there. Because the 4 is the one who's the favorite.
And if you drop the 4, it gets
From the 6,
everybody else.
then you get the 6 at 28 to 1 in third. But yeah, it's a blanket the rest of the way.
All right, they are loading.
Starting game. It's post time.
It's post time. All right, only after this, we will go straight to Santa Anita.
Waiting for Improbable Journey, Ludwig who's going in, and Surveillance.
Looks like a good betting race at Santa Anita. The favorite's currently at 4 to 1.
Yeah, I thought that race was pretty wide open. Into the great wide open, as the saying goes. Into the great wide open.
And they're off. Improbable Journey with a good start from the far outside. Also away well as Brighter Days Ahead down toward the inside. Adios Gary between them. Here comes Ludwig now. Ludwig comes on for the outside to make it 3 across the track. Improbable Journey 4th on the far outside. Two Eagles River is back racing in 5th. Comiskey Park toward the inside. 6 Surveillance on the move from 7th. Awesome Aaron picks it up on the outside 8th, and now the trailer is Macron on the outside 9th. 21 and 3 for the opening quarter mile. Round the far turn, Brighter Days Ahead. Short lead, Adios Gary. Ludwig perched out 3 wide. Improbable Journeys right behind them 4th. Surveillance is getting into gear, angling outside 5th. Top of the stretch, they're stacked across. Ludwig right there to Adios Gary, giving way. Brighter Days Ahead. Surveillance is coming from the back of the pack. Macron is coming on as well. Improbable Journey. 2 Eagles River slicing through the pack and diving to the rail. 100 yards to go. Surveillance in front. Macron on the outside, coming on strongly. It's Surveillance, the winner. Fending off Macron, and then 2 Eagles River. Improbable Journey, Awesome Aaron, and Comiskey Park.
5 was rolling too late, which the sim.
Yeah.
All right.
Had I gotten I had the right single for that sequence.
Yeah, you did. The 9 ran well. That pace kind of melted everything down, and everybody started coming from the outside. You could see those ones on the top. we're not going to be able to continue on with that torrid pace.
I should have done what I suggested here and thrown the 4 out and used the 956 as my exacta.
Mm-hmm. All right, Oldie, they're going out to the track at Santa Anita. You've got about 9 minutes to take the group through your pick 5.
All right, here.
Barking dogs.
Here we go. Before we do this, can you talk for a minute so I can take a quick pit stop?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a look at Oldie's ticket here. He's using the 1, the 2, and the 3. 1, 2, 3, and the 10 in leg number 1 as I flip over to my EE screen. We've got a maiden special weight here, 6.5 furlongs. Top GSR is the 1 with a nice square on that one. So this horse has ran 5 races, a second and a third. Is also a no, it's not a square horse too, not a shield horse, but it does have this one finishing about a length and 3/4 behind the winner, which the system has as the 2 Ufda Alberto Respirli for Eric Kruljack. Horses ran twice, been on a layoff. Been on a layoff since October 9th of last year. Caboodle is the square here, which Oldie is also using. Top pace, top soar, top win percentage, and top EE morning line. You do get a pace square with this one as well. And then down to the 10, the other one he's using is Dashingly. Second time starter for John Sheriff, gets Kyle Frey. Kyle Frey has been riding really well. I believe he had a couple winners yesterday, at least one good price one. GSR stays the same. Win percentage increases from last out of 4% to 15% at this time. So that is leg 1 there. Oldie?
And I'll just say I put in my notes to pay attention to see if the 11's getting bet and is not getting bet, so I'm not going to use that. It's flat. And then the other one I left off because you can't use them all is the Erden horse, the 5 with the low GSR. Race 2.
Harold, just a quick note. When will the race simulator be available? Best guess. Del Mar, Saratoga is what the target is, but there's still some glitches, there's still a few issues, and there's also capacity testing to do.
Yeah. And I think it's also it's just making sure it's right for everybody. So in Santa Anita race 2, and let me make sure he gets Pimlico up there before he goes with the dogs here, too. But race 2, I have the 3 and the 4. And my B was the long shot, the 2. The morning line favorite is the 5. The system, the win percentage doesn't mind it, but the rest of the system doesn't particularly think much of it. I just don't think there's enough pace here for this horse. It is dropping. It did win a 64, but you see lots of other times where it didn't get there, it didn't get the pace to run into. The 2 Atomic Drop, I think, is, like I said, a B, but I'm using it here. The 3 Beat 56 is going to be forwardly placed. And then the 4 is your top win, or second Scotty, I'm sorry, top pick, second win. I'm tying myself up here. And was a horse that came out pretty well in the race sim. So let's look at the race sim. And the race sim has the 4 winning as well. So 2, 3, 4. And then this turf race was wide open as well. The 8's your Scotty top pick and top win. Honestly, I think it might be a little bit of a money burner. The 9's your long shot I did not use here. Probably come back and haunt me. And then you have a couple late running horses in the 1 and the 7. 1 being your second pick and top GSR. And the system has the 8 just getting up. 6 is a decent price with Peter Miller. Second off the layoff. Might sit the right trip here, right off the speed. You look at the 8. You know, the 8 seems to like to just miss. And the 7 for Mark Gladden, Dettori. I think Dettori moves this horse up a little bit. And the 1 for Hassan Maldonado here is a turf sprint, so you got to keep that in mind. Then I'm singled to the 1. Today's the day to be singled to 1s here. Two gets an early lead. The 2's the horse that scares me here out of all these horses on the lead. Thinks the 1's going to win and relatively easily. And then this was an interesting race. I struggled with what horses to use here. You do have this Baffert first-time starter on the turf where you could get a price here. It is by Justify. It is working like a Baffert. This is an interesting horse here. Definitely broke well. Was my second thought on a single. Here it does not plot well, though, on the race sim. How are we coming at Pim?
They're circling.
All right. So as I run the last race sim here, the system really likes the 7 again. I do think this 2 is better than a 2% horse, too. And it is a turf sprint, so, if that horse gets away.
Looks like they're continuing to circle Oldie until they can go off on top of Santa Anita.
If this horse gets away with no other pace, I don't think it will with George and his Papadromo here, but it is by Gun Runner. It should be able to. It should run better second off the layoff for George, who's 11% on that move. And at the price, it was 1 to include.
Yeah, Bill. Well, it's more than 2 weeks. It's like July.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you 2 weeks.
I'm not going to tell you all because we don't know. When it's ready, it will be ready. But right now, it's not.
And trust me, Scotty's itching to release it.
They're literally loading at the same time.
Of course they are.
2 tracks owned by the same company. going
For
to
now.
go at the same time.
I will point out for now.
Yeah, that goes away when Pimlico is rebuilt. All right, Oldie, we're going to go double box here because that's really all we can do.
Yeah.
Hey, Chief. Quality Chic. Alejandro. Boss Logic, Jorge Ruiz.
I don't know why they had them circle 4 times. I mean, it's like they
Magic
intentionally did this.
Michael.
Ah, the money pit. Yeah,
Carolyn's
that's good.
Malibu. Van Scholars.
Vanson and Scholars. I will tell you, Santa Anita will finish first.
Yes.
Tops the chart, Curlin's Malibu.
Hello, Leslie.
Break 2,
Thanks
and
for
he's Boss
joining.
Logic up on the outside, moving forward. Van Scholars is 4th, deep out of the center of the track, and they are followed by Quality Chic, who saves ground of the first turn. Run Magic Michael.
It was Mike.
Last
3
at
and
this
10 for
point,
Mike
and
at Santa Anita.
Hey Chief racing back of the pack with Alejandro, who trails the field. Solid pace with 7 days to go is set by Tops that chart, and Boss Logic there on the
Solid
outside to
pace
keep the
movers.
pressure on. 2.5 more. Here's Quality Chic, the great, tracking along nicely in the early stages. Another 2.5, and Magic Michael travels in 4th. 5 more lengths. Van Scholars out wide from Curlin's Malibu, drops to the back of the pack. Alejandro and Hey Chief sharing last position. They're a good 13 off that pace. 5 A's to go. Tops the chart from Boss Logic. The lead is a half length still. Quality Chic and Magic Michael is 4th, trying to inch closer. And Hey Chief is 5th. Van Scholars next as they pass the half-mile pole. Alejandro and Curlin's Malibu. Far turn run, and it's Tops the chart from Boss Logic. Inside there's Quality
The one
Chic.
at Santa Anita, right,
On
Mulder?
3rd position.
Yep.
Magic Michael on the outside. 5 more lengths. Van Scholars, Hey Chief. So they're midway on the turn now. Boss Logic on the outside, maybe a nose in front from the battling Tops the chart. Tight quarters from Magic Michael as Quality Chic saves that ground into the stretch. Quality Chic up the rail. Wide open affair. Even Hey Chief, even Van Scholars on the far outside. They all have shots now with the furlong left to go. Boss Logic, Van Scholars, Magic Michael in between horses. Tops the chart. Hey Chief, and then Quality Chic, a 16th left to go. And it's Magic Michael. Magic Michael. Magic Michael does it.
My nickname right there,
Over
Magic
Van
Michael.
Scholars and Boss Logic. And then it was
Well, you're 3 or single, right? That gets you to the pay leg.
Hey, lad, yeah. The Memorial Day Pay Leg Monday, both on the small pick 4 I gave out and on our group pick 6 that we put out there to the WhatsApp chat,
Mm-hmm.
and the Facebook chats and all the other chats that are out there.
Okay, Oldie, where do we want to go next?
Aqueduct?
Yeah, 12 minutes.
I think I haven't. Okay, so maybe let me refresh this.
You got
We got. How about some quarter horses at Indiana?
Sure. Let's talk about that.
So racing for quarter horses is great. I actually hit the early pick 4 and mid pick 4 and didn't play the late pick 4 yesterday at Los Al. The 6 and the 7 look like they're heavy favorites. This could be the case though, because they're next to each other. If they crash into each other, maybe 1, 2, 3 here.
All right, I've got Indiana queued up and ready to go as they get closer. Where do the stretch and the finish? Yeah, Mike, I hate that when you're 1, 2, 3 at the top of the stretch and you can't clear. Yeah, that's annoying. Alan hitting the late pick 4 twice last night at Los Al. Very nice.
Nice, Alan. But my point is, I use the race sim almost exclusively to put those tickets together.
Mm-hmm.
it's very good with quarter horses.
It is.
So,
You can see the 6 and the 7 pretty much stay the same there. 6 is the long shot, getting obviously bet down there. 7's a bit better of a price, but has burned the money, Holdy.
yeah, and also if you look, the 6 and the 7 are both not the 6 is a better breaker than the 7.
Mm-hmm.
So the 7's your favorite. Well, it was your favorite. It's not anymore, but let's toss the 7. Let's say the 7's going to get a slow break. The 1's a decent breaker. Let's toss the 2. 3's not the greatest either. Is there any other? I mean, the 5 has a couple decent breaks in there, but
yeah,
you could go 6-5-1 here, or 6-5-3-1 if you wanted to play a try box. I mean, there are no good breaks here for the 4. But on
no,
this 5, I
a lot of these horses only are grab bags in terms of who's going to break the best. It looks like if you look at the 5 oldie and you go back, I mean, I know it's coming off a layoff, but just looking at its patterns, first out, but it's been on a break well, don't break well, break well, don't break well. Is this the one where it breaks good?
Well, and does the 8 break well from the outside? Do we have any where it was actually on the far outside? No.
Now, 12 races for this horse, 0 for 12, obviously.
I know.
If it puts together something like it did in the Futurity trial in 21, sure, but it was off for a while. It ran sporadically, only in Indiana. They didn't ship this horse anywhere. It didn't go to Remington or any of those other places that are somewhat nearby. These appear to be all Indiana quarter horses that just focus on this this particular meet.
State bred.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're asking me to pick a winner, I guess I'd take the rail on the 1 here.
I would go with the 6.
Probably. I'm just worried about the 5 and the 6 possibly crashing into each other. I mean, I don't see anything in the 6's history.
The 6 doesn't.
5 breaks in or lugs out. That would be my only concern. From a pace number standpoint, we haven't talked about the pace number, but putting this in the 1 and the 6 are your top 2 pace numbers by a lot.
Yeah, and the 6 is also top GSR.
Yeah. So I'd go 1-6 here. 1-6 exacta.
Yeah, you could throw the 5 in for a try if you wanted to.
Well, they actually gave us the will pays for the pick 6.
What's the link to the WhatsApp chat? Let me get that for you.
3, 4, 7, 11. They're not great.
Yeah, there were at least 3 favorites, I think, in the.
What's interesting is the 11 is the favorite in virtually every will pay from the far outside there. Here, let's. Getting 4-1 now on 6. One's your current favorite.
there you go. There's the link.
And, so Chris, I'll talk to you guys about this week, but, and I got to look at how to do this, but Corey says there's a way to pin that stuff so that people can have easy access to it as part of the show.
Over the 350 yards, fast track.
All right, here we go.
Off in the finale. Nearest the inside, just another Corona. AP Tempting Blue Eyes come charging out. Another Little Diva. DGA Political Warrior past the 220. On the outside, MG Boy Wheels with Hazel and Jesserie Bobby R. Stone charging. Here comes AP Tempting Blue Eye coming forward in the maiden.
5.
AP Tempting Blue Eye and MG Boy Wheels
4-5.
finish. Followed home by
Huge
Jesserie with Hazel, DGA Political Warrior.
All right. Monmouth.
There, did the 4 get it? I think it did.
It did, yeah.
5 was trouble.
5 broke out into the 6, just like I thought it was going to, or was worried about. And then had more to run on. But 4 got a clean break because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Photo finish. Hold all tickets. It is a win photograph.
I think maybe the 7 got up for 3rd.
I don't know. That was close. The mirror is just beyond the pole.
It'd be hard to tell whether
4, 5, 7, 6, 1, 8, 2, 3. All right, Oldie. Let's. We got a question about GSR and SOR. So let me see what is coming up next. Belmont at the Big A in 4 minutes.
GSR. So what's the question I'm trying to see here?
You want you to explain what GSR
Yeah, so GSR is the breeding number. What it does is it looks at the horse's ancestry going back 3 generations. So not just the grandsire and great grandsire and dam and all those, but all the cousins, half brothers, brothers, sisters, uncles, former roommates. And then it looks at how it does at a surface and distance and assigns a number, 99 being the best, 1 being the worst, based on the results of those 3 generations of the family. So it's saying based on the result, a 99 GSR horse should run better than a 76 GSR. Now the horse doesn't always run to the GSR. Sometimes you just have horses that can't run, but top GSR wins about 21% of the time.
Yeah, and I'll add a couple things there. GSR stands for genetic strength rating, and that, like Oldie was saying, looks back at the genealogy of all that stuff. Yes, including girlfriends, Jeff. Yes. One thing to also remember when you see horses that have run 37 times, don't worry about the GSR. You already know how they run. For me, GSR is important the first time they run a particular distance. But if they run 7 times at a mile on the dirt and they haven't run well, you can kind of throw that number out, even if it's a high number. Now, if they're going to go switch to the turf somewhere and you see a big jump in GSR, that means the horse probably wants turf. And then strength of race, Oldie, why don't you go through that while I get Aqueduct up here and ready to hear.
Yeah, so strength of race, exactly what it sounds like. There's actually 3 strength of races on the screen. So what it takes into account is it's an algorithm that allows you to compare, let's say, a 5K non-winner of 3 at Belmont versus a 15K open claimer at Penn National. So if you're looking in the in a traditional form, it's going to say going from the 15K to the 5K is a drop in class, but it may not actually be because you have better horses running in the race at Belmont. So it actually looks at the overall field and the quality of field instead of what the claiming number is on it, or the allowance, or the grade in some cases too, for graded stakes races. So, you have what I call your main strength of race, which is this number under E metrics. And if you want to know what these things are again, there's these little I buttons as well that will give you definitions of everything. You also have your surface distance strength of race, which is really more useful in situations where everybody's run the surface and distance a few times. And then you have the rating, and that's all good, right? That makes sense. But how do you then apply it, and how do you know how good the current race is and the horses in there? That's what the current race SOR at the top of the screen here is. So if I hit the I here, I'll explain it, but basically this takes into account the SORs and the quality of the horses that are in the race. So this whole race before it went off the turf was a 56, because that doesn't move when races come off the turf and when there's scratches. But, you can see here this 3-horse was running against 63s, but we can see here, and it went against 66s and 58s, but we can see here that the GSR is going down from 56 and 61 to 41, going turf to dirt. And so this tells us most likely that we expect that this horse won't run as well. So that for me would be a horse I would toss out. And you look at a horse like the 5 here, who's your top GSR, beat 38s. This is a big step up in class. Does get Kendrick in his Carmouche here. But, you look at how it's done against 48s, 50s. This keeps probably to go.
Too, Oldie, right? It running back on the mud, that 5 is. Yeah.
And do keep that in mind. It did win last time out in the mud, but again, that was against 38s.
Yep.
The horse that interests me the most is the second top GSR here.
We're loading.
Linda and a Rice at 5 to 1.
Move to the main track. King Freud.
Long shot in 16.
Yeah.
2 out.
Jeff, I don't think gaps have much to do with the GSR. I don't really
Sapalo's Mission.
worry about that too much. Mainly, I want to see what the surface and distance number is in relation to the SOR and who they're running against today.
And they're up. Good speed towards the outside from King Freud. It's in the early mix and also done hustle along as Dolly's Bank wants to be up with the early action. Willing to risk it all. Makes it a lineup of 5 in there. As over the far outside, Sapalo's Mission is in that early mix. Also in there is going to be Clear Conscience.
Now we can see that the 5 was not as close as it was
2 at the back,
time.
Mighty Atlas with Vincento. It's now Dolly's Bank, the 35 to 1 shot, 22 and 3 for the opening quarter mile.
He's trying to make a liar out of me too.
Willing to risk it all. Out the center of the racetrack is now stalking within a neck of the leader. At the rail, there's Clear Conscience. Got out of that early group, is now at the rail, is taken 3rd. Sapalo's Mission is encouraged to move forward from 4th. From the back, here comes the rally from Mighty Atlas is trying to run on. Is about to pass King Freud, who's now back to 6th. The trailer, Vincento, 45.45 for the half-mile time. And here comes Willing to Risk It All. It's Willing to Risk It All who's taking the lead. Mighty Atlas is circling rivals. Mighty Atlas 3 wide there is 5th, now 4th. About to challenge for 3rd as they get set to reach.
Heavy favorite is going to.
And here comes Mighty Atlas as they
circle these guys
across the racetrack at the rail here. Now trying to muscle on through. That's Clear Conscience. Also in that mix still is Willing to Risk It All. But Mighty Atlas is 2 to 5 and is now strutting his stuff. It's Mighty Atlas who's 3, 4 widening lengths in front, is approaching the final 16th. Mighty Atlas. It's going to be a short price favorite, but running just like it. It's all Mighty Atlas. Manny Franco.
Who didn't jump off. I would
He did not. But he probably didn't want to get all wet.
Yeah, I would suspect the 5 will be bound for Finger Lakes very soon.
the Finger Lakes.
Oldie, we got Churchill, the winning colors, here in about a minute.
All right, winning colors at Churchill. Let's see if it decides to come up here.
They are heading to the gate. If you guys put in your requests for the WhatsApp chat, we just approved them.
Excellent. Thank you, guys, for handling that as well. Here we go. So Parks is coming up, so let's see if we can get Churchill now. There we go. I love the name of the 3 here, but
Clearly Unhinged, yes.
the 11 Dazzling Blue for Brad and his Cox here is your 7-5 favorite. I think it's getting bet because it's Brad Cox here. You know, you look, we do not have that in our top picks. It is top GSR. Rudolph and his Burset. You're getting 6-1 there.
That's who I'm going with. Royal Spa. They are loading, Oldie.
You're going with
Waiting for Dazzling Blue.
The 1, second pick. The 2 should be winging it out there with the 7 right behind it.
They're in the gate.
I agree. And the 11.
And they're off. At a good start for Happy Am I, racing for the lead. BG Warrior is sent on through and Clearly Unhinged moves with her. These two hook up early. BG Warrior down inside up for a short lead. Clearly Unhinged keeping pace in second. Happy Am I is now third. Lilu not far behind, racing in fourth. Unsung Melody advancing toward the inside. Fifth, Dazzling Blue pulled back off the pace into sixth. Royal Spas in seventh. And Positano Sunset is at the back in eighth. They tore through that quarter in 21 seconds flat.
Wow.
3 furlongs to go. BG Warrior couldn't keep up. It's Clearly Unhinged the leader as they round the far turn. Happy Am I too wide and pressing.
I can't ask for anything more.
Unsung Melody in behind,
That
racing
doesn't look good
forward.
enough.
Dazzling Blue comes wide from fifth. Royal Spas getting into gear sixth. They're off the turn. Clearly Unhinged in front.
Here comes the 10.
Shaking up for more. Dazzling Blue coming down the center. Lilu is there. Down inside is Unsung Melody. Happy Am I fights on. Clearly Unhinged keeps on going. 2-length lead, 50 yards to go. Dazzling Blue runs up into second, but Clearly Unhinged.
There we go. There's a favorite to beat. Not with the second choice, though, but
Wow, that was a hell of a run by the 3 there. To all that pace for sure. Quickly, Oldie, get over to Monmouth. We have the Mr. Prospector Stakes there.
Mr. Prospector. So the race sim was 7-4-3 here, I believe, but it is absolutely a grab bag here. I do not like Dean Delivers not on the lead.
You don't think Dean's going to deliver?
I do not think Dean's going to deliver. I would toss Dean in his delivery.
Dean's delivered for us before, though.
Yes, but Dean's also failed before for us.
Yeah. The chosen brawn, he is not.
I mean, the 2's a little interesting, but also needs the lead. Well, maybe not. It has rated. It's a little interesting. The 1, Bump and Run. My favorite kind of coverage.
You got some money for him there at the 1.
Yeah. And, you know, the 6, a little interesting. I don't see why the 3 has to win this, though. But, you know, at 6-1 was not what I would expect on Dean Delivers. So maybe you keep Dean Delivers there and you toss Little Vic. They're both similar horses.
Mm-hmm.
And you play a 7-4-6-1. Or you think this really is going to break down and you play the 5 and hope for a bob. And this could break down.
It could, for sure. Tony likes the 2 and 1 there.
I think I prefer the 2 to the 1. I'm sorry, the 1 to the 2. Better price. I think better horse too.
Okay,
7, 4, 6, 1.
working their way back to the gate here.
They're working their way back to you, babe.
Okay. After this, Oli will get quickly out to Pimlico. I need to get that one up because these two are getting close to each other. They are loading at Monmouth, so we should be good to go here. Let me get that up.
And I would say I'm discounting the 2 a little bit because it's a Parks horse. I'm taking the Gulfstream horses.
Bump and run goes in. Mockins Ridge coming up.
Pocket Syringe.
Counter Spy, post position 2.
Is that a service horse?
I believe it. No, it's not. Well played indeed.
They've loaded Kozaris.
Is it possible for you guys to show another toss out based on Soar? Yeah, we'll go.
Now with Little
We'll get
Vic
through there.
take his spot
We'll
in the
probably
game.
have to look at Saturday next because we're going to quickly go to Pimlico.
They've opened the front of the gate for Little Vic.
Great, Director. Thanks for joining. Hit the like button, folks. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll be able to find us whenever we go live, which will be next Saturday.
The rider's going to hop off here. Carlos Olivero. Now they're going to try to load Little Vic without the jockey.
Yeah, see those little glitches in the screen there?
Little Vic up to the gate.
Yes, that's what I was talking about earlier. Aren't those glitches in the Matrix?
They are glitches in the Matrix.
Still working with
Still
Little
circling
Vic.
around at Pimlico. I just made a quick
Take
check.
his spot
Okay.
in the gate.
They're going to try their best to go into Santa Anita, of course.
Who are you alive to at Pimlico, Oldie?
Hold on. Let me make sure I get it right.
9 to
The
5
2?
for number 2 Counter Spy. Of course, those odds could
The
change.
2, hold on. No,
Currently.
it is the 3, 4, 7, 11.
3 Little Vic, who just went in without the jockey.
3, 4, 7, 11. No 2, right?
No 2.
3 back behind the gate.
Marco,
Riders can hop back
welcome.
forward here.
Thanks for joining.
Little Vic, Carlos Olivero.
You doing, Marco?
Here's Hurricane J going into the gate.
Marco, long time EE user.
Dean delivers. To the outside post, Hollywood Jet. We're ready to go.
They are ready to go.
Let's see if they can
Hollywood
go 21
Jet backed
flat.
away.
That's crazy, man. And that
Now
horse
Hollywood
won.
gets it. Take 2.
One of the ones that
We're
was
ready
right
to
there.
go in the Mr. Prospector.
How about we open the gate so we can get to Pimlico?
And Laroff. Dean delivers, gets the first call. Counter Spy to take up right at the break, and he's dead last in the early stages. Counter Spy has a lot of ground to make up for him. Hurricane J on the inside, flashing forward to challenge and pass. Dean delivers. Hollywood Jet is 3 deep. with that pair. A gap of 2 to Kozeris. Off the pace today in the 4th position, approaching the half-mile pole. The gray bump and run is next with Little Vic to the outside. A space of 6 to Mawkins Ridge, and Counter Spy at 3 to 2 has to pass them all as they round the far turn. Hurricane J, Dean Delivers coming back on, and Hollywood Jet in the 3-path looms large. He's being produced by Luis Ocasio. These 3 across the track as they approach the quarter pole. Little Vic, 4 lengths behind, feels the stick. He's alongside Kozeris. Bump and run is dropped out of it. Counter Spy is yet to pass a runner as they come off the turn, and Dean Delivers. Boy, he's delivered today. He puts 3 likes on Hollywood Jet,
Dean's
who's
delivering.
behind in second. Coming on for third, Little Vic, and the rest are well out of it. Dean Delivers. Miguel Vasquez with a big day. He's going to pick up the hat trick as Dean Delivers wins the Mr. Prospector in a decisive.
All right, we're loaded at Pimlico. 1 horse to go in.
Look at it, in the nick of time.
And they are off.
In the shadow of the wire.
Good break there for Elelus and Burroughs K. At the outside is Basic Miles is moving up. Bandula away running in the 4th spot and up close, and back to Storm Force in 5th, and States United racing in 6th position. No Surrenders 7th on the outside. Check it up riding the rail around that first turn. Also, Rock Bullet is saving ground to the back of the pack, and Fun Struck and trailing a field is a Scribe. And so Basic Miles takes off with the lead. Basic Miles from Elelus the lead, a length and change in front now, as Bandula's up close on the outside from 3rd, and Burroughs Key take it back in the 4th position. Storm Force now in the 2-path. 2 more lengths, No Surrender, has 7 to make up. After that comes States United, then followed by Fun Struck and a Scribe. Rock Bullet to the back there on the inside, and trailing the field is Check It Up. Check It Up is dropped back to last under a ride. Far turn run where Basic Miles is the one to catch from Elelus in 2nd, and Bandula right there 3rd on the outside. Burroughs Key is at 4th as they round the far turn. Storm Force is next.
This is now looking
United racing on the inside. No Surrender still at an even pace and driven for a little more as they reach the top of the stretch, and a quarter to go at Pimlico is Basic Miles. Basic Miles a little wide off the turn. Elelus is set down. Burroughs Key. Bandula right there trying to charge one off the inside. 4 across the course, a furlong left to go. Elelus and Bandula on the inside as Burroughs Key is trying to dig as well. A little late run from States United, shifting up it is Bandula. Bandula, Burroughs Key. Bandula, Burroughs Key sitting on the inside. Bandula for Burroughs Key. And then it was Rock Bullet late on the scene, followed by Basic Miles and States United.
Needed that.
Yeah, that was certainly right there. That
was a B for me there too. If you look on my screen right now, you'll see that I was 4-3-11 with the A's, and my first B was the 7.
That will close out Pimlico card, Oldie, and going to get.
Where are we with Santa Anita? I guess is the
$2,974.72 on your pick 6.
And $512.40 on the
pick 4.
On the pick 4, which I think, let me look and tell you how much the pick 4 was. It was not a lot.
No, I don't believe so.
That was, I still can't believe that the 7 won that race. It was $48.
I know
for
we have
500
somebody else back here. Oh yeah, look at this, Dice Hawk. He had $1 on the 3-4-7 pick 6 at Pimlico and 20 cents on the 2 and 6. So
Nice.
he just did that 5 times.
I tip my cap to you.
Very well done. I love it when people play these at above the 20 cent denomination. You can get really good value.
And notice he's saying thank you, EE, too. So he must be a user. Thank you for logging on and saying that as well. We're going to make sure and capture that and make sure that Scotty sees it as well.
Yep.
Very nice, Dice Hawk.
Way to go, Dice Hawk.
All right, we're 2-3-4 here at Santa Anita. See if we can beat that 5. I haven't looked at the odds here yet to see if the morning line's stuck.
There he is. Use
3 to 2
EquinEdge
on the
picks.
3 to 2 on the long shot, 3 to 2 on the 5.
Well done, Dice Hawk. Well done. Everybody hit the like button for Dice Hawk.
They're off.
Yep.
Atomic drop very fast away from the gate. Worth looking second in the opening furlong.
They almost look like they're loping there.
El Diablo
Yeah.
Rojo was off slowly and is now moving up nicely to take third. El Diablo Rojo on the move after the top pair. Come on, man, at the back of the field. Atomic dropped the target with a half-mile left to go. Worth looking second. El Diablo Rojo third. Come on, man, and Slew's Joy. 4 lengths covers the field. Atomic drop loose on the front end. Opens it up again. 2.5 lengths now. Worth looking second. El Diablo Rojo and Come On Man right.
Keep in mind, same distance as at Churchill when they went 21 flat.
Atomic drop
Mhm.
still has a 3-length lead.
3 doesn't look like he's going to run.
Diablo Rojo on the inside.
No, he's not running fast enough.
Come On Man outside of
You just
them.
need to avoid the
4
5.
is doing us a big favor.
Drop by 3. El
They're trying to
Diablo
take the
Rojo
5
trying his
out.
best. Come On Man in the center of the racetrack is now kicking in late. Come On Man has 3.
Gonna be close. I think we're out.
Very close.
Here comes Come On Man. Come On Man gets up to win.
Oh, man.
Atomic
Randy
drop
Moss
second,
got you
El
there.
Diablo
Come on,
Rojo
man.
then Worth looking.
You've been mossed.
You've been mossed. Oldie has been mossed.
But you know what? We made some nice profit
Mhm.
earlier, just a few minutes ago. We
Yeah.
got some great races at Santa Anita today. We're still unofficial, but there's no inquiry.
Okay.
And it does not look like there's anything up. They're just slow making it official at Pimlico.
Yeah, Art. Bays is the West Coast Leparoo.
Are we going to call him the West Coast Leparoo?
Yeah, we are. All right, Oldie. Let's see.
Or is Julian the East Coast Bays?
They're interchangeable.
Okay.
All right, Oldie. You got 9 minutes to talk Belmont. Tony, if you're out there, which I assume you are, why don't you help Oldie come up with a late double here at Aqueduct?
All right. So let's look at Aqueduct, the back of the duct. Here we have top pace on the 2 for Mike and his maker. And here's another case where you see a big move up in class, but you also see when he broke his maiden, he won by almost 10 lengths. So this could be a horse that either needs it all his own way on the lead or might have room to improve. Or room to not improve and still win against a group of 50s here. You're 17% on the 3 for first off the claim for Linda Rice. You're getting 5 to 1 first off the claim for Linda Rice, which you really should never get. There is a aptly named horse for you, by the way, at Santa Anita, about Linda, with a Linda name today, Chris. So let's look at the race sim here. 5 is the long shot. And we can play this. We got time. Looks like Joey hit for 180, hit the Pimlico pick 6 as well. He continues to be hitting on big days there. He's had a lot of big ones, just like Derek. All right, well, it looks like the 5 stops and it's the 7 and 8, which are your two favorites, I'd probably prefer the 3 or the 2. And I would, let's see what else we have here. Three, 2. Definitely the 3 at 5-1 I like for Linda. You also have Irad on the 6, who's a 2% horse for service, and you can't ignore that either. And then you have a horse to watch percentage of 26% on this one horse who's sitting at 8-1. Your negative is the Romero Mirage. Tony likes the 1. You're going to play 2-1. So what are you playing 2-1, Tony? If we're looking at a double, I mean, this 3 looks, second pick, looks awfully tempting. I don't see anything there, but the race sim does, and you also have a gold horse to watch in the 7. So I would be I'm trying to figure out how I want to organize this double. Let's do it this way. It wants to use the 7, who's the long shot here, and was the gold horse to watch for Pletcher. It's interesting that Irad's not riding that horse. Irad's on the Hennig horse. So, I would add the 3 here. What do you think, Chris? I just cleared. Let's go 1, 3, 3, 7 for $4. What do you think about this, Chris? Did you see that race sim in the last race?
Yes.
I know you're playing the 5 based on that race sim.
I can. What about the 1? Does the 1 not like the slop, or what do you think on the GSR there?
Well, let's look at the double probables to make sure we're looking at something that'll make money. So 1 and 3. And then I had the 3 and the 7. So 30-1, 56-1. Actually, I'm looking at this one. 1, 3. 70-1.
Yeah, 170.
30-1.
Yeah.
And then, so those are pretty good prices, I think.
Tony's.
You want to know about the 1 in the last.
Yeah. Tony's
1 for 11 lifetime. It's Rudy. Only win was against 42s, and it really hasn't shown anything in the slot. Well, it did win that 42 race in the slot, but here's a case where I would throw this horse out just based on the SOR.
Mm-hmm.
It would take a significant move forward here. And the fact that I believe this is an off-the-turf race. One of these two was, but this one might have been off the turf. So this horse, they're probably trying to get to the turf.
Yep.
So you can do it this way, too. You can work your way backwards. I mean, this 2 horse hasn't been running well against 50s, 54s, similar to where we are, so I'll toss that one. The 6, has been in against classy horses. Is off a claim, over on the claim. I'll toss that horse. The third horse would be this 5 horse that seems to burn money for Linda and her rice.
Mm-hmm. And her envelopes.
So that's how I end up with that's how I end up with 3-7 there. And then here I like the Linda horse on the front end, and I like the one on the back end. Or the system liked the one on the back end, and I noted that.
Tony is 138 here with 257. He's playing a $10 double.
Well, let's look at the 8 one more time. Beat 44s. Let's see. I think you could add that 7 there. And here we're $6.
137.
And are we nearing the gate here?
They're getting somewhat closer. It's still 1 minute to post.
All right. 7. If you wanted to add in, I mean, the leg I think you need to have horses in is the first leg.
Mm-hmm.
The service an IRAD horse, a long shot, big drop in GSR though on the long shot, on the slot. I have a note on this 4 horse of watch second time out. It didn't win second time out. Love when that happens. But, you know, the Rudy horse, the 2, I would probably take a chance on as well at a 12-1 price. So we're at $8 for a double. I'm just going to play it for 2 for now.
You're welcome.
And
Always happy to give folks analysis and a breakdown of what we see.
you know, once in a while, percent better, I'm right, you know?
Yeah.
Your analysis can be spot on, but if your betting's not right, too, that's the betting's the hard part of the equation.
Yeah, and
oftentimes.
You got to keep in mind the game, at least in my opinion, is 70% betting. You can have all the paralysis you want, but unless you get the bet right and you get paid, that's what it's all about.
I think I'd have to do a little Steiner math on that and say there's 133% chance that there's a 66% chance that it's betting.
There you go. And yeah,
you were wondering where I was going there.
You need some luck. You need things to go your way for sure with the way the race is being run. All right, they are loading now, Oldie, and then we're running low on inventory, but we'll definitely have a late pick 5 at Santa Anita.
Because Uncle Billy is in.
Maybe we'll talk how to use the race simulator to
landing
to identify some bad favorites, because we've done that the last few days.
Yes.
As well, and we can maybe go back and look at some of those as well.
Thank you very much, Greg. Storquist goes in. A retail man. Eric from Miami.
Eric from Miami.
Welcome, Eric from Miami.
No, Eric from Miami is
Eric from Miami.
I know.
What's in?
It's right by Ava's Uncle Billy.
What's that?
Actually, it's a few stalls over.
And they're off. Eric from from Miami's got early speed. Hard set to between horses Cool Operator, and also right there is going to be Mama's Dream, and they line up once again. Secured Landing is going to be in the red cap, joining these early leaders with Stormquist. That's now leading group of 4. Eric from Miami is back to 5th. Then Ava's Uncle Billy as they come out of the chute, just tracking from 6th. The 2 at the back is Retail Man with Brown. Don't Stop. They're chasing Cool Operator. It's Cool Operator who had 22-1 for that opening.
I wish the horse's name was Smooth Operator.
Is now going to take back here in the second
that
position.
name
Is
is
2
taken.
off the leader. It's still Cool Operator the target. At the rail is Mama's Dream. Jose Gomez in the red cap out wider at 4th. That's Stormquist. From the back, Eric from Miami is now within 4.5 of the lead. It's Brown Don't Stop. He's got a ground saving journey at the rail. Less than a half mile to go. 45 seconds flat for that half mile time. Still towards the back is Retail Man, and Ava's Uncle Billy is tailed off. It is now 15 lengths to the trailer. Cool Operator is still there. It's Cool Operator in front. Here comes Secured Landing, is ready to engage this leader. Stormquist to the outside of that one.
Tony, you're
at
one.
the rail, it's Mama's Dream. That's the leading 4. Eric from Miami is just taking up mild ground right now, and Cool Operator's got a 3-length cushion at the top of the stretch. It's Cool Operator who gets the cue. Cool Operator is still well clear and now opening up the margin a touch. Secured Landing continues to chase Eric from Miami on the grandstand side and Stormquist, but inside that final furlong, Cool Operator is 5 clear.
It's about where Manny jumped
Cool
off.
Operator inside the final 16.
Yeah, a little further down, but at least on my screen.
It's all Cool Operator gets the victory. Secured Landing second. Eric from Miami.
A Churchill race coming up here.
For 7 seconds.
Pardon me?
Looks like we got another at Churchill coming up here.
Okay.
Maiden special weight. This was the one with all the 4-star works.
Yes.
Let's see if I can find them here again. It is, I know there's an Asmussen here. So there's an Asmussen Rosario that's currently sitting at 9-1 with a 4-star work. They went fast, like the way Lord found more in the stretch, making Edify work. Also has a bullet there. Let's see, it was the Asmussen. It was still looking. Mobster? Nope. I swear there was a Dutch row that had a 4-star work. Hold on. Unless I missaw it, I swear this.
Tony, I think the one just crossed the finish line at Belmont and Aqueduct.
You have a Dutch row with a 3-star work. Was it Riley and his Mott? No.
The 9.
I swear there was another 4-star.
9.
Just the 9? All right. I'm going with the 9.
All right. You want to do a double into Thursday's race?
No, I want to do a double into the Aqueduct carryover that's been moved.
All right, they're getting ready to load here. Great director says there are 3 parts to winning at the races. Narrow the race down.
Waiting for Top Gun Rocket, turn, and he's a joker.
Ticket structure and money management. Money management, very important.
Yes, money management is play within your budget. And also, there's a 4th element. And that's play with people you trust.
They're in the gate.
Churchill's going off right now, percent.
We just can't show.
Yeah.
One of them needs to get situated, and it is indeed Dora Lemon, who was backed out.
For Dallas and Stewart.
Yeah, percent. It's tough to make 200 and some odd 200 plus bets a day and be successful.
Yeah, and I will say, and I'm going to say this about the race sim. The race sim makes it easy for you to play multiple places, and you have to.
And they're off.
That's what I found. You definitely have to have some.
Is there as well. Farther out is He's a Joker with some early speed, and down toward the inside, World Record is racing out fast as well. They cross onto the main track, and it's World Record out there leading the way. Mobster stalking the pace in second. Term comes on to grab third. He's a Joker far outside fourth. Stone Cold Runner down inside racing fifth. Sesame Streak is back into sixth. Cat on time toward the inside seventh. Top Gun Rocket comes on to beat eighth. Lord Diamond is racing in ninth. Midway Lights toward the inside 10th. Star Topper 11th. And it's 8 or so back to Doro Lemon the trailer. And they rattled off a quarter in 22 and 2. World Record the leader with 3 furlongs to go. Mobsters in hot pursuit second. So too Term third. Far outside is He's a Joker racing fourth. Farther back in the field, Lord Diamond is launching a rally, but is very wide. Cat on time comes through toward the inside. Quarter mile to go. World Record rolls off the turn in front by 2.5.
Not sure what Rosario was doing there.
Fully extended. Terms on the wrong lead. Down the center, Top Gun Rocket. Furlong to go. World Record now by 4. And now it's 5 with a 16th to go. And World Record will ramble home and is in fact geared down for the final few strides. Wins by 6. Mobster second. Term third. Top Gun.
All right, Oldie.
This is your opportunity to write some notes, especially on these maidens.
All right. Well, Oldie writes some notes there. Since you guys are talking about betting and books. And Oldie, you mentioned The Matrix. This is Matt Miller's book, A Better Way of Thinking. As you can see, big fan of The Matrix is Matt. Very Matrix themed cover. You can find this at abetterwayofthinking.com, and you can spell it with an O or an E. Excellent book. Matt is an accomplished horse player in terms of contests, live cash contests, and just cashing good tickets. I've read it twice. There's a lot of good info in here. There's a whole chapter on money management and how that if you have a best bet of the day, that you need to allocate a certain portion of your bankroll that day to that to make sure that you come out a winner. But there is lots of other good strategies in here, lots of good funny stories. Matt is part of a group of guys that have won like the last 5 Breeders' Cup betting challenges. So, and the Breeders' Cup betting challenge is way different than the NHC in the sense of it's a betting contest. The NHC is a handicapping contest. 2 vastly different things, but it's 250 easy pages to read. You'll pick up some pretty good info. There's some spots here on sports betting as well. Even how to get the best tickets and prices at Disney World. It is a good book read, isn't it, Dave? It's like I said, there's good information in here. There's things that you can apply to just life and everything else. His tagline is how risk and reward have shaped my view of gambling, life, and movie theater popcorn. So, good book, well worth the price. You will learn something, and hopefully it makes you a better horse player as well. And just keep in mind that one of their folks that won last year, Drew Coatney, $7,500 is what he had as his bankroll in the $10,000 buy-in, with $2,500 going to the prize pool, and he turned that into. He turned $7,500 into $97,000 with Cody's Wish at 2-1, Tuesday at 4-1, Elite Power at 5-1, Modern Games at 6-5, and Malafat at 5-2. And then he dumped the whole $97,000 on Flightline and won the contest. And I think the prize money was 700,000 or 800,000 on top of the 100 and whatever thousand. So I'll give you a little flash of the book here. It's called A Better Way of Thinking. A betterwayofThinking.com. You can spell it with an O or an E, and that'll get you to the order page. Good stuff. You can find Matt on Twitter if you've got any questions, comments, feedback. He's all very happy to talk with folks about that. But definitely a good read. You guys should get it, and kind of go from there. So, Oldie. Back to racing. We've got Santa Anita here in 3 minutes. So
Yes.
I'll turn this over to you and get your EquinEdge screen up.
All right. So I should already have a pick 3 on the screen here. Since we went out on the pick 5 in the last leg, trying to beat the favorite there. I'm just throwing together my A's in leg 3, using what I would say are my A's and B's, and spreading in the first leg, and then singling the same single. If you have the budget and want to add, I would add the 2-horse, who's top pace here and seems to be in good form and working well. It is Santa Anita. This horse could get away. But, I agree with the race sim that the one's your most likely winner. Any thoughts on that, Chris? I know you like to slim down on some of the stuff I do.
I do like your single there. I would probably, who's your top pick in race 3?
So this was a tough race. It really was. The 8's kind of a money burner. The 6 is moving up in class. And then you have the 7 and 1. It's probably the 1, but I'm worried in a turf sprint that it won't get there in time.
Okay. I would try and find 2 horses in race 3, and then I would pound that. I would go 2 by single by 3, which would be $6 for $1. Maybe play that 5 times.
And I went 3, 11, 10 in the last leg, but the other option to single here is to do something like this. And let's take the 2 and the 6 and the 8 here. Even though I'm just 2, 3, 6, if I were to not use the 1. So let's just see what this comes out. It's $20 this way.
Okay.
And single the Baffert.
And for those of you that have interest in the book, definitely subscribe to the channel, because we're going to have Matt on probably Belmont week. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to do that on like a Wednesday night, so we can just kind of dedicate some time to that and not take time up on our Saturday show. So definitely tune into that. If you can't, you can always watch the replay. There'll be a ton of good info on there, and we'll have a couple of special guests as well.
Yeah, and we'll have some shorts coming out in the next few days, as well as some additional video content that's going to be coming on the channel. So watch for that, and we'll make sure to have some of the Matt interview sectioned off for people for the best parts as well, to try to limit your time.
Yeah, Oldie, they're getting to the gate here. So what's your final on this?
I'm going to play it the way I had it originally, which was the single there. I'm going to go with the race sim.
All right. I'm going 1-3. Go to leg 1.
Yeah.
Click on there we go. I'm going 1-9 there. 1-9, 1-3, 10, 11.
Yeah, just think this long shot needs the lead. Maybe it gets it. We'll see.
Right, Oldie, after this, maybe we'll get into a late pick 5 at Santa Anita, potentially a golden hour.
No golden hour, no golden gate.
Huh?
There's no golden gate today, is there?
Yes, there is.
Is there? What time did? Oh,
Starts at
I
5.
looked a couple days ago. It wasn't, and looked on their website. I didn't see it. So,
It's
all right, that's nice.
Yeah, we'll do a golden hour. We got that Belmont race. Maybe one more at Santa Anita live, and then we'll wrap it.
And they're off. Seismic Spirit and Virat are the first two out of the gate. Just behind them, it's Jack Sixpack, a clear-cut third, moving through along the rail. News at 10, not far behind. Splitting rivals now to go right after Seismic Spirit. Thornhouse is now fourth, 3 lengths off the lead, followed by Forgiving Spirit, 3 deep. Down at the rail comes Father Delay. Gypsy Tears is the gray, racing in between horses. And Tigeron is at the back of the field. 10 lengths covers them into the far turn.
Now, three's coming over from Europe.
Virat chases in second, followed by Seismic Spirit losing ground. Thornhouse inches up, as does Forgiving Spirit outside of that pair. They're followed by Jack Sixpack, Gypsy Tears, Tigeron circling in the red colors as the field turns for home. Virat is up to take the lead.
Go on, Brad. Just go on with it. Don't mess around. Keep rolling. Roll, baby, roll.
But inside the 8th pole, it's Virat.
That's what we're looking for. Get there, get there, get there.
Good call on your part.
It will be Virat.
Long shot gets you.
Antonio Fresu to win it by a half a length.
Boom.
Thornhouse a solid
Small win
second.
bet on that one, too.
Tigeron came from well out of it to claim third. Photo Seismic Spirit and Jack Sixpack.
But those are the ones for me. I mean, that's kind of how I play now with those pick 3s. I didn't do a double there. I should have done a double from the 9 to the 1. That would have been an obvious choice there. But you get tied up with a lot of stuff I got going on behind the scenes here. So anyway, good start, 7-1.
Yep.
I definitely am ahead for that wager with a small win bet there on the 9 at 7-1.
And I am putting together. You asked for a late pick 5. I did not have a single in this sequence. That was part of my problem. If I did single, it's probably in the last.
All right, I got you up on the screen, Oldie, and I will keep tabs on where we're at with the duct.
You have a lot of similar horses here in the last. Eight, 11.
Yeah, you guys should follow Racing Downwind too. If you're not following him on Twitter, follow him. Good guy, great picks. Just got back from an amazing trip over to Japan. Was in Hong Kong, giving out winners. But he's got good content there, and you can find some nice prices in his picks as well. So, friend of the show, always happy to have him in the chat.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we're Aldi's going to do that right now, Tony. We've got some time. Belmont does not go off for 8 minutes, so Aldi, you've got the floor. Do whatever you want.
All right, so Eagles Flight, that's the half the flight line.
That horse will be the favorite for sure.
Which gives you some value opportunities on the 2 Bafferts here. The 2 Baffert second-time starters. I prefer the 6, I think, to the 4, but they've actually been working together, I believe, a bunch. It's one of these here. But the 6 was working with Muth. And didn't really run all that well. First time out on the dirt, went to turf, and now is coming back to the dirt. If you're going to get a price here, that's how you might as well take advantage of that. So we need to slim down this leg. I was 1, 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 7, 11. 3's going to possibly get away on the front end, but I'm fine with that. You have this 10 who's top GSR, who was the last horse on my list here that's not on here. So I'm going to add that so we don't get beaten by the last horse off. And then in the final leg, I mean, the 2 du jour looks pretty good, grade 1 winner. You have the 4 who won a grade 2. I don't like Air Force Red here, so I'm going to get rid of Air Force Red, the 6. I don't particularly like the 7 for Ward. The 9 for Yak Team, I think, has a shot here, can rate a little bit. The 11 was a grade 2 winner, just missed in a grade 1. And then the other Ward who can rate. You know, it's a big step up, though, in class. I'm, you know, the race sim like that horse, so let's watch the race sim for this last race here. I do think there's a lot of speed here. As we hit the stretch, the 4, the 2 is charging. Here comes the 8. And it's 2, 4, 8, 11. You know, I agree with taking the 10 off there. There you go for $90. If you want to add to leg 4, you know, that's your option. You know, you do have this 6 horse who's 7 for 14 lifetime, nearly won the big cap, and is 58%. This is my B horse here, and then the 3, Judge Miller, for Glatt is my C horse.
Yeah, and Pratt comes in here to ride too.
Yes, and they're 43%. So,
Bill, where do you like the 11? Where do you like the 11?
What'd you say?
It's Bill said, "I'll take the 11." Where? What?
Where in what race?
Well, there's probably only a few with the 11.
This one has an 11. And could get there. It is a little step up in class. Here too, a grade 1. Didn't get there last time out. You could also just single du jour and pray, but you know, this horse went a long time without winning before getting back in the winner's circle.
Yeah, that's the right race, Bill. I mean, Oldie. And you have the 11 on the ticket there.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the single is Ruby Neal on the front end, stealing this race from the 6.
I don't know. Can Anna close there, though? I mean, she's going to be rolling.
Yeah, but I mean, the question is who else goes with Ruby Neal then?
Correct.
Does Linda and her gift? She's got the envelopes.
I don't know if she has the envelopes or not, but you know, I suspect that horse is going to be up there with Ruby, right?
Then you play the 6 as your single. Yeah, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, the other horse that's a little interesting is the 3. But All right, so either you play the 2 or the 6. The system is telling us, though, top win, top pace, top E pick. It's screaming at us that the 2 right now, in my mind. But let's look at the race sim for this race, then. So, as expected, the 2 rockets off. Cleared the second call.
All right,
Tip
Dan.
of the cap.
You get the funny the funny comment of the show here. If you added 3 races together at Golden Gate, you still would not have an 11.
So the race sim has the 2 beating the 6 by almost 2 lengths.
Yep.
And
but
that
if it
is
gets pressure from Linda and her gift of envelopes. That could soften that horse up.
But I would guess that the 6 goes off at 1-1, 3-5. I had to slip that in there. It really probably 3-5. It's the only grade 1 winner in the field. So I think you might get 3-1 or 2-1 on the 2.
Yeah, Leonard is a little concerned with the layoff here and coming back in a grade 1 from what I read. So I don't know if the horse is going to be that short, but we'll certainly find out as the day goes on.
Who is Leonard?
Leonard Powell.
Leonard and his Powell on the 6 horse.
Yeah.
So maybe he's only 9%. Maybe he's telling us something. But
well,
it does have the 4-star work. But I will say here, it was a 38 of 50. It was not. These are not quick works that it's putting in.
No.
So I'm going to take the shot on the 2. I will share this in the WhatsApp chat for those of you in the WhatsApp chat. If you want to buy a piece through the Twin Spires bet share function, which is a way of ensuring that you get paid and that I don't get charged for your taxes if something's big enough too. So,
and the last thing Oldie wants is taxes because he lives in Illinois. All right, we're going into the gate here at Oldie at Aqueduct. What did you have in the double here?
We have the 3. I don't know why this is coming up as racing. 3 and 7 in the gold long shot. The top win, the 7.
Okay, here we go, and then we'll get into a golden hour, and that'll
Collect from Ike.
Take us to the next race at Santa Anita.
3 up. Barnstorming.
Thank you all for joining today on your Memorial Day. Hope you're having a good holiday and a barbecue. I'm going to start that in about 20 minutes.
Jose Gomez.
Good luck, Dave, with the 3. Mike wants the 7. 7-3 exacta box.
Goes in. All set.
3 bet down to 3-1 from 15-1 morning line.
And they're off. Very slow start for Midnight Express, the early trailer. Far outside, it's Timaeus.
One of my all-time favorite 80s wrestling tag teams, the Midnight Express.
And then Collect from Ike is now
Jim Cornette.
The inside, that's the leading trio. And their 4th is In Doubt, is followed by Jungfrau is in the blue cap, and slow starting Midnight Express.
Okay, where's the
trailer? They hook up with the backstretch. The leader is Collect from Ike. 23-1 for the opening quarter mile. Collect from Ike's got the lead, is up by 3/4 of a length. Timaeus relinquished the lead, is now back to 2nd. Length and a half in front of Barnstorming and Jose Lezcano from 3rd. At the rail is Rat Ortiz Jr. Down, they start to progress. They're within 3 of the lead. On the outside is Jungfrau, is now encouraged to move forward with 4 furlongs left to go, 46 seconds flat.
It looks like he's got a horse.
Trailer is Midnight Express, but is caught up with the pack. Is now only 3.5 lengths the trailer. The leader is Collect from Ike. Timaeus is ready to challenge, and there's 3 wide Barnstorming. Also trying to rally out his young crowd before
On the
wide.
wrong thing now.
Fully extended it down. They are not catching Collect from Ike so far. And Collect from Ike is still in hand, is going to hug the rail and kick for home. Collect from Ike is trying to run all the way, and now Collect from Ike is opening up. Collect
Splish Splash.
Sitting off of that pace setter, then took the lead, and Collect from Ike is just sprinting away. It's all Collect from Ike now 6-7 lengths in front with a 16th left to go. Javier Castellano and Collect.
So 31-1 double there.
Tobias
Yeah.
second.
32-1.
Dowd.
That's a boom.
And Young
For
Brown.
sure.
In one.
And that's a boom for the race sim.
Mm-hmm.
And look at, that's it. Even though I didn't do it for every leg, that's a way you can use the elimination feature to narrow things down too.
It's funny that you, Willie, that you mentioned that. I'll share something with you here. This was last season at the end of Mountaineer. I will never, ever, ever have an ROI like this before. I made one bet that day. It was at Mountaineer. It was the super high five. It was a $60 wager. Scoop the pool, $7,500. That's at 12,438.42% on the ROI. Never to be duplicated again, for sure.
Love it for sure.
And that was with a favorite in front, and then chucking like the second and third, fourth choices, and then putting in the obvious ones that have been kind of knocking around there. But did I share that? Did I have that on the screen only?
You do not. You're showing my screen.
Okay. This is what it looked like. Share. Is it up, Oldie? No.
Not yet. You got to add it to the stage.
Okay. There we go. There it is. One bet. $60. Scoop the pool. 12,438.42% on the ROI. So never to be duplicated again. I was stunned when it came back and it was the pool, because it was very EE generated. I mean, I did it with the system and just chucked some bad second and third choices, and they romped home. So anyway, we'll get back over here to Oldie, and let's see, Oldie. We've got 11 minutes to Santa Anita, so we'll wrap it up after that Santa Anita race. But why don't you run the crew through a golden hour and give people something to follow a little later on tonight.
Well, typically what I do for the
hold on real quick, Goldie. Dan, the spa isn't till the week after next. So the Belmont is June 8th. But we will be around for that for sure. We will do a Belmont show for certain, and there'll be some other things that week. And Dave, good job. 3 gives you 3 winners and 1 second after 4 races in the contest.
Go get it, Dave.
Yeah. Scooping the pool wasn't what I was looking for, but those are, for me, I've had a handful of those over the last few years. The other one was at Lone Star Thoroughbred Meet, when you used to be able to bet on it, and there was a first-time starter that had a 99 GSR in the mud, and it was a muddy track, and that horse broke like a rocket. Won for fun, and it was like $120 ticket. I had singled that horse and went all everywhere else, and it paid the pool of like $38,000.
So I'm running the race sim because we've already talked about the last 2 races at Santa Anita. So let's look at Golden Gate and the race sims there for those last 2 races for the golden hour. So, I mean, you're getting a strong finish to this 10 horse, beat 36's last time out. You have the 9 who's likely going to be on the lead, likely needs the lead as well. 10 is your top pick as well. Let's look at the 1 here. So the 1 looks like more of a synthetic horse to me. even though it's your second pick.
That's funny. They have a synthetic track there.
Yes, but they're running on the turf.
They have like 4 days left before they close forever.
Well, there's a mandatory payout coming then. All right, let's keep looking here. So 2 looks like a sprinter that, wants synthetic. So we're going to toss that one. 1% on the 3. Scotty would say to toss all 1% horses. 4. So let's get rid of the 4 here. So now we're down to these horses. The 7, you're only 3%, 42%, or 42 on the GSR. Did almost win against similar, but that was at Turf Paradise. I don't think you can give up on this horse. Let's see. Second race with trainer over 1 doesn't give you much information. Does get a pretty high profile jockey. The question is, where are you going to go narrow? So do you single the 10 that the race simulator likes here? Do you look at maybe the 6 or the 5? 5, you're getting a jump in GSR, so that might be, and first time going long on turf, that might be one to look at. But before we make some decisions here, and this is how I would indicate this based on the race sim, 10/9/7/6/5. You are getting a better price on the 10 than the 9 as well, but the 9 might be up on the lead. You have a gold star here, 35%, 0% ROI on the 1. Let's see. Let's see how this plays out. Going 5.5 on the synthetic. So it looks like it's the 1, 5, 3, 4. So let's look at these horses. 1 beat 44 is gate to wire. The 5, the second choice, can rate a little bit. A little. Let's look at the 3 and the 4. 3 beat 44 has moved up to 50s. Wasn't good enough. And this 4 won the last 2. I don't know why it's still doing non-winner of 3 lifetime when it's more than. There's probably an exception where you have to take a. So here, I mean, this is a tough race, I think, too. Let's just go through and start eliminating. The 2 I don't think is good enough, though it did rate a little bit there. Off the layoff, Haley on the long shot, 2%. Let's leave the 3, 4, and 5 for now. The other ones we haven't looked at. The 6, dropping in class here. It really hasn't shown anything since breaking its maiden. Needs the lead, looks like. The 7, Eddie in his crosswire. Has beaten 48s. Did almost beat 46s here. The 7 is potentially another interesting horse. And then you have the 8. So you got to make some decisions here. The 8 would be gone for me. The 5 can rate a little bit. I think I like the 5 better than the gold 1. But all right, so let's try to put something together here. I think you got to play the 9 and the 10 here. So let's see if we can put this together and make some sense out of it. All right, so golden hour.
I think there's a problem with it, Oldie.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, which is why I was handicapping it that way. But we can still give out the numbers.
Yeah.
If I do it right. All right, so it was 156, but I think you can just go 1-5.
Let's make sure it's showing up with all the right races, Oldie.
It does have the right first 2 races are right. So then we're going to go 10-9.
Yeah, we got
That one's correct.
3 minutes to Santa Anita. I'm watching. When they get in, I will put it up.
And now we're going to.
Gary, you might need to refresh. There was an Equibase issue earlier, which is where we get all this data from.
Yeah, so we have 1-5, 9-10, and then spread in the last 2 legs. You could also single the 10 here and use more horses in the big cap if you feel necessary. The 6 would be an interesting add.
You mean
it's 58% to win, and there is that glitch in the in what we call the broadcast domain that doesn't allow me to click there.
Yeah.
But that's probably how I would play the golden hour.
$100. Take a screenshot.
$100. Another way you could go short here is if you think that there's as much pace as it might look like on paper here, you could single Mr. Fisk the 5. I keep doing that here and use more horses in leg 2. So there's definitely some options, and this is how that would look. So if I single that particular Baffert and I open up and add here, now you have 1-5, 9-10. I probably would get rid of the 1 and I would add the 7 based on what I've seen on the race sim.
Hey, Dave. And we do have other coaching classes. There's one on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, one on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Justin and Scotty go back and forth on those 2, depending on their availability. Oldie will probably be back in June on Thursday nights. I'm Friday night at 8 o'clock. We usually get a pretty good crew with some new folks and some other folks that join every week. We'll give you I'll give you all the race sims on Friday night for the bigger Saturday races. Yeah, don't worry about being a question hawk. Do not feel bad. Everybody else that's in there will be happy to chime in and help you as well. Tony shows up. Wiz shows up. All kinds of different people show up. So nobody is going to give you any grief over that. All right, we are getting into the gate at Santa Anita, and then we'll flip back to Ollie's ticket for one last look here before we all go to barbecue. See, there's Tony. Tony loves it. Mike is another one. You never know. Sometimes Breeders' Cup betting champions show up as well. So, and they're happy to kind of tell you how they like to play things. Pyramids, all different ways to bet. And
they're off. Midnight Mammoth, beautiful start. Gavea comes away in second. Smart.
Yeah, we need this one, Oldie, right?
Oh, we're done. At least on my ticket, I'm not alive. You are, I think, to the 1.
Yeah, I'm sticking with
I,
one.
Into the first turn, 7 furlongs out, leading by a length and a half.
2 broke slow, which I think helps the one.
Second, outside of the favorite.
There you go. Thanks, Wes.
On the rail. They're followed by Don't Swear Dave, 3 off the pace in, 4, 2 clear of Low Expectations. At the back of the field, I Don't Get It, and Ghazali. Gavea onto the backstretch, leads by a head, gets pressure from mid.
We also drink bourbon.
Right up alongside,
So
Don't Swear
it's
Dave
more
in
fun.
third. Smart Mo is 4th along the rail, 3 lengths off the lead. Another 2 to Low Expectations, I Don't Get It, and Ghazali. Gavea passes the half-mile pole, 3 parts of a length in front of Midnight Mammoth.
And my Twitter handle is
Smart Mo inches
right
closer
there.
inside Don't Swear Dave. Low Expectations, 5 off the pace, hard ridden. Down at the rail, I Don't Get It,
You
and
can find me
Ghazali.
there too if you got
They have
questions.
3 furlongs to run. Gavea, Midnight Mammoth have been going at it. Midnight Mammoth gets the upper hand on him now, as Smart Mo will angle out to try and run down Midnight Mammoth. Midnight Mammoth means business with a 1/4 of a mile to go. A 3-length lead on Smart Mo, who clear-cut second now. Gavea back to third. They turn for home, and Midnight Mammoth with a 3-length lead. Smart Mo chasing him gamely in second. 5 back, I Don't Get It, trying to rally into third. They're coming to the 16th pole. Midnight Mammoth
Before the long shot,
3.5 over Smart Mo. Midnight
Yeah.
Mammoth strong past the
and we got beat by the long. We got long shotted.
Midnight Mammoth.
Yeah, we did.
Decisive W.
That would have been the backup play, right? If you
If that's long shot over long shot, that would have been a nice double.
Oh yeah. That double was what? What was
It
that?
paid 182.80
Wow.
for $2, so
9-1.
91.40.
Yes, Alfredo. Alfredo is the Hippica guy. He does great things as well. His videos are good. You should certainly follow him on Twitter if you're a daily player. He gives out a lot of different good stuff at
Fourth and 5 low expectations ran.
Gold Street. All right, Oldie, we'll flash your golden
I think I'm
hour.
going to go this way for the golden hour.
Pardon me?
I think this is what what I settled on for the golden hour.
Okay.
I will pull up my Santa Anita late pick 5 as well.
Put your golden hour back up there real quick. Okay. I got a screenshot. And then your
Chris screenshots and stuff so he can make fun of me later. So
yeah, of course. Only in the chat though.
I kid, as the saying goes. And then let me put this back together.
That's a good way to play it right there for $45.
Yeah, if you want to play it for $45, that's one way to play it.
Or you can always remember you're not required to play these for 50 cents.
No. But you can't play them for less than 50 cents.
That is correct. All right, guys, we are going to go barbecue. Enjoy the rest of the card at Santa Anita. Hope you get some winners. Sign up for that coaching class on Friday night. I believe Scotty will be back on Friday for the Road to the NHC show. Not sure about a Bruno show on Thursday, so stay tuned there. But we will be back on Saturday. Oldie and I will be here probably with Justin and possibly Derek, maybe David, maybe Tony. Who knows? But we'll be back on Saturday for sure, and hope to give out some more winners. So have a good evening. Happy Memorial Day. And again, remember why we have this day and why we even have racing in Santa Anita on Monday. It's for all the real heroes that never got to take the uniform off. So as I read on one of the Twitter posts, Armed Services Day Armed Services Day is for the people in uniform. Veterans Day is for the people out of uniform, and Memorial Day is for people that never left the uniform. So shout out to all of them. We'll see you guys next Saturday. Thanks for joining. Hit the like button and subscribe on your way out the door. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.